passing attempts than rushing attempts, whatever.
47 passes is wild.
Okay. And then the rushing attempts was what, 17?
Yeah.
Whatever
it was
like
definitely not balanced like it was against the Green Bay Packers.
Are you getting sick?
I want to say a little bit. Well, I'm coming off. I'm coming off the sideline.
All you guys with the young kids, you guys are always, Spivak's always sick. You're always sick. Like, I remember those days when your kids are young, you just get whatever.
I was going to say, my son's fighting something right now. We're just praying that he doesn't get, like, big boy sick around Christmas here.
It's a bug. It's that flu bug that's going around that you have to pray that doesn't creep up into the household like it kind of did us. So, yeah, it sucks when you have these little kids. But back to what we're talking about, Cease. It was definitely balanced against the Green Bay Packers, where it was 34 passes, 31 runs. In this game, it was, the complete opposite, where it was pass heavy. And I know that we got down. And Sean, I felt like, got a little bit nervous and said the only way that we can hang with this team is probably passing the ball to try to score some points.
I think that he had that mindset coming into the game, given that Jacksonville has the number one run defense in the league. And we talked about it on Friday. I'm like, hey, don't be surprised if Bo Nix's numbers actually are big because they really lean into the pass to try to lean away from the Jaguars' run defense. But yeah, 7 carries is the lead. You know what I mean? That's and I disagree with you a little bit, Cease.
They didn't get embarrassed?
Nothing crazy. No, not with that. That R.J. Harvey ran great. Now, he had the great run.
Here's the thing with R.J. Harvey, and I've said this before, it's worth reiterating now. That's him. It's going to be 2-3 yards a carry unless he breaks the one. That's why I like 15 carries. He got 19 and didn't get a long one against the Packers. But I think R.J., the thing that you're just going to have to lean on until I guess he learns how to follow his blocks better, it's not the line, everybody. J.K. was fine. Before the contact and after contact, J.K. was fine.
Yeah. Correct.
It's R.J. following his blocks. So at this moment, I will take R.J. when you get the big run. And I will take 15, even if it's 15 for 40. Or 6, what do you have last week? 19 for 60 last week against the Packers.
Yep.
Even if it's that, I'll take it because the intent to run sometimes is more important than the result. The result has to be there because I know I've said that before and people lose their mind.
No, I know what you mean, though.
The result has to be there, but the intent has to be there.
Keep a defense honest.
Exactly. And then the Jags they didn't have to be honest because they're just pinning their ears back going after Bo.
Yeah, and you have 2 backs averaging 7 yards a carry. But I will say, and I've said this, and I sound like a broken record here, it's great the fact that R.J. Harvey has the home run ability. Sincerely, I'm not being dismissive. This is why he's here. This is why he's the 60th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah.
But, on a down-to-down basis, I just question it, and I've questioned it for a couple months now. And, I come after a game like that, and I know some of the numbers on the surface, according to the box score, it's like, man, this guy averaged 7 yards a carry. How stupid of Sean Payton to not give him more opportunities. But outside of just yesterday, but also speaking to yesterday, there's just not enough success on a series-by-series basis.
But is that fair to say that in a game where RJ didn't get the carries that he would did against the Green Bay Packers? Or
in this specific case, it's not as fair. But I'm speaking to the totality of this thing that we've been watching for months, and I just, Phil, because I've been a broken record about it, my fear is their inability to run the ball in a sustainable way will get them beat in the NFL playoffs.
Guess what the playoffs are all about? Running the ball and stopping the run.
Gotta run the ball.
Got to run the ball. And I've heard you say it. I thought you were just going to say it, so I was waiting for you to say it. I'm not playing a drinking game when you say it. But you've said it, and if you haven't, please correct me. But
he's talking to me here.
R.J. Harvey's not a lead back.
No, he's not.
So if he's part of a committee, I like it a lot better. If they would have got Breece Hall before the trade line, we wouldn't be having these conversations, and R.J. can still have his nose for the end zone.
My question to you, though, is he's the only thing we have now. Is that enough? We know we can sit here and say to Blue in the face that he's not a lead back. I agree with you. But right here, right now, you got 2 more games left. You got the playoffs, the aspirations to try to get to a Super Bowl. Can R.J. Harvey, in you guys' eyes, do enough?
That's why I say even if it is 19 for 60, I'll take it. Because I like the idea of a lead back. It was real easy when I started the Feed Phil campaign because it was a fan favorite, and it worked. Because it was just like, feed Phil. It's easy. Feed Phil. I'm not saying feed RJ, but because he's the only thing they've got, if he gets 15 carries, I think it's unfair to ask for 19. I don't think Sean will do that again, but like 15 for RJ every single week and hope that there's a big 20-plus yard run in there somewhere. That's kind of what we have to take with RJ.
Yeah, and this is why and Phil, you'll remember this, on Friday I said, hey, if I slid a contract across the table for the Jacksonville game and say that R.J. Harvey, on the contract it says R.J. Harvey is going to run for 59 yards, would you sign it or would you roll the dice for more, considering this matchup against the league's number one defense?
I ripped that contract up and said, not good enough.
Yeah, he said it's not good enough. And I actually said I would sign it. And I know that it sounds like almost like a loser's mentality of like lowering the bar so much, but I've watched this enough. And look, the individual effort was crazy. I don't want to get too down on RJ. That one run that he had was,
a beast.
Bravo.
Beast mode of a play. I mean, he spun on his head, did the mashed potato, and did everything you needed to score that touchdown.
But I also have to say it was really poor tackling.
Ooh,
I mean, poor tackling to the point where the color guy, Moose Johnson, says, he said Bill Belichick used to call those something runs, and I don't know the name that he said, but the name of the guy he's talking about doesn't have arms.
Okay. And I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He said, I don't understand the historical
that's
reference,
usually
but
what happens when you break for a long
Sure.
run. Poor tackling.
Sure.
I mean, Riley Moss, poor tackling. Washington goes for 145 yards. That's not because he was routing Moss up.
Right.
It's because he was breaking those damn tackles.
Yeah. Stepping away from just the game yesterday and putting a microscope over just the game yesterday, or a magnifying glass over just that game, in the larger story that's been told this year, I just here it goes back to the statement that you made a joke that it could be a drinking game. Can you win a Super Bowl? Can you win a Super Bowl when you don't have a true starting running back on your football team?
Okay, now let's go through Super Bowls of the past. Like, who did that? Who was the Patriots' leading rusher? And they had various ones.
They did.
Years ago, it was like Corey Dillon. He could still play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
What about the years when it was James White?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or Deion Lewis.
Right.
Guys like that,
but they were able to do it, but that's Tom Brady. No one's asking Bo Nix to be Tom Brady yet. I don't think they can win a Super Bowl unless the ground game supports Bo Nix.
I agree.
See, I'm going to go the opposite on this one. If R.J. Harvey can do some of the things he did in this game, he gets more opportunities, more than 7 or 10 carries. Let's go 15 carries. But also, this is what we have to understand. R.J. is catching the ball out of the backfield a lot this year, which helps out.
Scoring touchdowns.
Exactly, but also moving the chains. Bo has done a great job of just getting the ball out of his hands into R.J. Harvey's hands. And now R.J. Harvey's doing a better job of breaking those tackles, are making a couple bigger plays, which is going to help off-kilter the run game a little bit more, because it's like the dump passes can be looked at as run plays.
I hate doing that.
But that's what James White did
and
with Tom Brady.
That's what Sean Payton's going to do. And I will say this, as we head into the postseason, what's scary is they haven't shown the ability to run the ball consistently, and they haven't shown the ability to play good defense. And the thing that wins in the postseason is running and defense. And they don't have that right now. And they got 2 weeks and basically one. The Chiefs game is going to be a preseason game, like whatever. They got to fix this, man, because, and also like Pat Surtain's superpower, who's got an alpha in the AFC playoff bracket? Do the Bills have an alpha receiver? The answer is no.
Absolutely not.
Right?
The opposite.
If you were to take the Steelers, like supposedly it's DK Metcalf, but it's like you look at his superpower, it's almost taken away by who you're going to face, and they're going to run the ball. This is set up for Buffalo to make the run.
See, I disagree.
They can run the ball.
They
can run the ball, but they also
James
can't
Cook can run the ball.
But they make superstars out of opposing running backs. Like they are.
Who the Browns?
No, I'm just saying like when Buffalo plays an actual a legitimate competition and a competent run game, man, they fold like a house of cards. But also it speaks to, like, you know, if you can't do like fundamental thing in the game of football, I doubt if you have the ability to win it all. In Buffalo's case, it's stopping the run. In the Broncos' case, it's an inability to run the ball in a downhill way, not like a extension of the run game, like a forceful downhill way. If Bo is not like that Packers version of himself, because you asked a question, I asked a question: Can you win a Super Bowl without a true, legitimate starting running back? And I think the answer is no, unless you get the Packers version of Bo. You get the Packers version of Bo, it feels like all things are possible for this team. But that version of him yesterday, I know it says 352 yards, and we'll talk about it in more detail. But yeah, it's not supposed to be easy, right? Winning is really hard, and the Broncos just went 3 months without losing. And so this feels almost unfamiliar. So it's time to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself what's going on. Yeah, and ask some of the big boy questions that we're going to be asking here.
I hope you guys feel better after 4 hours, because I still don't. I'll wash it away tomorrow, but it's the way you got beat and embarrassed. It was, embarrassing.
See, one snap and clear, baby. One snap and clear. Move on to the next.
Cease, Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're
all here during the morning show. Those guys are the prima donnas, so they're like, it's in and out. No Stoke, and he's Louisiana. We love Stoke, but it's like, no. Well, our show, your show.
No days off.
We're the grinders. We're the grinders.
Well, I hate to inform you, but we're not going to be here tomorrow. So, Merry Christmas. And
we're the grinders.
So we have one day to empty the clip on this puppy, and we'll start coming up next.
After 11 games, the Broncos' win streak finally came to an end against the Jaguars, suffering their first loss since late September. With just 2 games left in the regular season, will Denver hold on to the lead in the AFC West? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question. And you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you some time and money right now by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Or that ultimate holiday gift. Or hey, just because that special somebody really deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of these doors.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Awards reserved.
Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Enjoy this run to the playoffs and be safe when you're going to the games or to parties. If you do get into an accident, make the right call to Flanagan Law. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
It's the end of the year, and the holidays are finally here. It's tax break time at O'Mara GMC, and your new Sierra 2500 could qualify you for a major tax deduction.
Drive the truck you need and potentially write off a big portion of it at tax time.
Sierra 2500, just $685 a month. But don't wait. The tax deduction window is closing fast.
It's O'Mara GMC's holiday tax break. Ask for stock SF323923. Stop by O'Mara GMC on 104th or OmaraGMC.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, December 22nd. A very Merry Christmas to one and all. As we just sort of touched on at the end of our opening segment with Cecil Lammy, we're going to be here today and be off the next couple days. So with that being said, what up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, man? Hey, smile, Zach. Smile. Broncos country, smile. We're okay. We are okay. Now, the Grinch did try to come early this year, but have no fear. You still got 2 games left. You have time to kind of recorrect things and move on, man. How are you doing? I mean, it doesn't even feel like Christmas, by the way.
Phil, no joke. I picked up my mom from the airport. My mom's in town. She's here for Christmas. First time
Mama
in
Bear.
A handful of years. Great to have. They call her Jamma. Jamma from when they were little, trying to say grandma. Jamma. So that name stuck. And I picked her up, and we had some work being done at the house, so we had some time to kill. So I went and got my car washed, and when I literally had to turn on the air conditioning, literally the AC in December, legitimately, because in the 70-degree heat, I'll say, I mean, things just warmed up, and then for whatever reason, we got into that car thing and just got way too sticky in there. I'm like, we're running the AC right now. I couldn't believe it, but yeah, it does not feel like Christmas.
Zach By running the AC.
In December.
In
late December.
You're right. It doesn't feel like Christmas. I mean, you can see the grass. You know, your grass is probably really, really dirt brown. My grass is getting there as well. I mean, the Christmas ornaments are out there, like the props, but yet there's no snow. What's going on?
It's crazy. It's going to be it's going to be straight up warm on Christmas Day. But yeah, really looking forward to the next couple days off and hunkering down with the family, doing Christmas movies. We're going to watch one each night and all that great stuff. We're letting my son watch Home Alone this year for the first time. My wife has not let us, and I've been wanting to for 2 straight years.
Why? Phil loves Home Alone, by the way. We watch it. Honestly, he watched it last night, the night before that. He'll probably watch it tonight. He just loves it.
She's a teacher. She thinks that the old man Marley is going to scare him, and like I don't even know. I don't even want to get into it. But I just told him this year.
Probably already cut Home Alone on while you guys were asleep. I already watched the movie twice already.
He's 7. I'm like Ash. Just heads up. Like, he's watching Home Alone. Like, we're watching it together. You want to put Mia down? Go for it. Like, we're watching Home Alone. So, really looking forward to the next couple days. But really looking forward to the next 3.5 hours to diagnose. You know what happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Like, if you were going to. If someone was frozen, like Austin Powers was, I do this from time to time.
Yeah, baby.
And they just woke up, they didn't catch the game. How would you summarize to them what happened yesterday?
I would say, first off, what you're about to watch is not the Denver Broncos. And then I would go on to say they just flat out got their ass handed to them. From offense, defense, special teams, they did not come to play. This Denver Bronco team did not come to play. and you're not looking at a team that could win a Super Bowl. The team that could win a Super Bowl played against Green Bay, played against the other, what was it, 14, 13 other teams.
Yeah.
This game right here, this one-off, hopefully, of a game was the opposite of what the Denver Broncos embody, right? The opposite of who the Denver Broncos are, and they just didn't have it. Just like Jake Paul, he didn't have it. The Denver Broncos were not ready for the fight.
Doctor.
It was like, welcome to the fight, but hey, I don't have my gloves. I don't have my gloves up. I'm not ready to throw that first punch. And when the Denver Broncos finally got punched in their mouth, they didn't react.
Yeah.
They took it.
Yeah.
So that's exactly, I say the Denver Broncos just took it.
Man, even when they kicked that field goal in the fourth quarter to make it a, what would that, it
20,
was,
I want to say 20.
Well, it was a 2-score game. I think it was 16, I want to say. Or no. Now I'm second guessing. It was a 17-point game. They were down 17, right? Then they kicked a field goal, made it 14.
Yeah.
And even when they did that, despite every comeback this year, based on what I was watching on a down-to-down basis, I'm like, this is just not their day. And if anyone has now, I got to choose my words carefully here because there are ramifications potentially for that loss. But if anyone has earned the benefit of the doubt to have a bad day, we all have bad days.
Yeah.
All of us. But I would like to think that I'll just use myself coming in here every day, that when I do have a bad day, someone will acknowledge the larger body of work and show grace.
It's like you never have a bad day.
I think that
Here's always on point. Voice is always on point.
I would like to think that the Broncos, after winning 11 games in consecutive fashion, going 3 months without a loss, that they have earned the grace from us and the fan base. Now, that doesn't mean we can't be critical. It doesn't mean we can't and should not, look underneath the hood.
Yeah, you have to
diagnose, because
correct the things that are wrong. Fill those voids, those holes that you have to fill, because if you don't, they will come back and bite you in the butt in the playoffs. They will come back and bite you in the butt week 18 when you're playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
Because the Chargers, they're heating up.
They are. They just keep winning.
That's it.
And they are banged up. I didn't think they could protect, and they just keep on winning games. So the Broncos have stubbed their toe. This makes the finish of the season a little bit more dramatic than it would have otherwise. But a reality check once in a while can be a good thing. And I will pluck the low-hanging fruit that exists here today for us and say, hey, you know what? Maybe it was a good thing. Maybe it was a recentering loss that has a sobering feel to it, makes you feel your own mortality, that you can get got. You haven't lost in September. That's incredible. But also you can get got, and they got yesterday.
The biggest thing, Zach, I say is don't get comfortable. And I'll never forget, and I told the story before with the Houston Texans. Every time we step foot on the practice field, the song, I had to pull it up. It would be like, don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfortable. And pretty much what the general manager and what the head coach were saying is, the minute that you get comfortable, your ass is not going to be here. And it would show. There would be players that would just feel like they had it made, and literally 2 days later, Zach, they were gone. And it shook everybody, and everybody's talking about it. It was like, hey, man, be on your P's and Q's. Be attention to detail. Don't be late to the meetings. And for the Denver Broncos, maybe it was that wake-up call of don't get comfortable. Don't get bored of doing the right things. Don't get bored of doing the things that you need to do to win games. You guys have been winning. And at one point, I feel like they forgot how it felt to lose.
Right.
But now you're getting beat. It's like, okay, you got 2 more games before the show actually begins. No, it doesn't. Of course, it matters about seeding, but you're in the show. What are you going to do? Because you can't have a game like you just had against the Jacksonville Jaguars and think you're winning a Super Bowl. You can't have a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars and think you're getting out of the first round of the playoffs. So kind of correct the things that you need to. Don't get comfortable anymore, and let's move from here. I'm okay with the loss. I'm okay with it. Actually, it was better that they did take a punch where it wasn't just like a game where the Jacksonville Jaguars eked out.
Correct.
It was more of like, hey, you got smacked.
Yes.
You sat there and you took it. Now you go back to the drawing board and you correct the things that you need to and come with the heart. Come with that same mentality and that same kind of thought process of everybody is doubting us, and go out there and win the rest of these games.
Yeah, the chip needs to go back on your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, this was not a fight that ended with the judges' scorecards. this was a Jake Paul knockout, and you have to go get surgery on your jaw. And
both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Yes.
Damn.
Yes. God, that was good to see, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I never pray on anybody's downfall, but Jake
that,
Paul,
yeah. Well,
he had that one coming.
Yeah, well, wasn't shedding any tears. But yeah, that it's a sobering look at things. All right, it wasn't close. You got beat soundly by a team that is in your AFC playoff picture.
Yep.
This can happen to you.
They're fighting for the number one spot too
They
now,
are.
by the way.
They are. There are, gosh, I tweeted it out. I think there's 5 teams in the AFC that can still finish with the number 1 seed. There are 4 teams in the NFC that can still finish with the number 1 seed. So finish your breakfast here, okay? There's 2 games left in the season, and then the true climb begins. But that was a wake-up call. There's no doubt about it. I have to ask, are there reasons to be concerned about this Broncos defense? We'll discuss it next.
The Jaguars came to town and roughed up the Broncos at Empower Field. Is a late season wake-up call what Denver needs to get ready for the playoffs. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Ah, the holidays, the lights, the joy, the awkward moments in the bedroom you rather forget. Remember that first time the ho-ho-ho didn't quite go? You told yourself, hey, no big deal, but then it happened a second time, then a third time. Guys, don't let it happen a third time. You're more than likely dealing with erectile dysfunction. And I'm here to tell you, just like you already know if you're dealing with it, ED is an intimacy destroyer. And research shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse. A man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes the problem. And don't let your partner take on that blame. But never fear, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is here. And their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more. So what I need you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, it couldn't last forever. The government shutdown is over. The IRS is back and ready to roll. What does that mean for folks who have an IRS bullseye painted on their back?
Well, Mike, we've seen this once before. They were completely closed during the pandemic. And what happened? They came out with their gloves on and started levying people. So now, if you have an IRS problem, it's way better if you can get a solution before you get the levy notice. You have more options, you have more time, we have the ability to do a better job. So if you're ready and it's time to get this IRS problem off your back, now's the time.
All right, Todd, I get it. The IRS is back. They mean business, but you know what? You mean business too. You've been doing this for a long time. You're ready to help folks out with all of their IRS tax issues. Give Advanced Tax Solutions a call today, 303-753-6040. That's 303-753-6040.
Kick off 2026 with your 10-time national champions, your Denver Pioneers hockey team in Magnus Arena, January 2nd and 3rd.
Took it into the offensive end, now taken away. Here's Rieger Lorenz. 2 Tigers got bodied up with each other. Lorenz in front, backhanded, a save made by Americo. The best chance of the night for Denver.
BU will host Maine. Denver Hockey versus Maine, presented by Wendy's. Tickets available online now. See you in 2026.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical personal injury firm. Our lawyers have argued and won at the United States Supreme Court. We've gone head-to-head with giant corporations like Uber and Amazon, and we've helped clients recover billions in verdicts and settlements. We bring that same firepower to every case, no matter the size. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney advertising.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Gentlemen, the holidays are here and your quest begins. You have a wonderful woman in your life. You need something really special but affordable. Hi, this is Christine of Beau Visage Skincare and Spa, reminding you women love to be pampered in luxury. So this year, consider buying her a wonderful, relaxing experience at Beau Visage. Remember, we specialize in luxurious services like European facials, soothing massages, and several more. But guys, let's be honest. You can buy a facial or massage anywhere. But at Beau Visage, you don't just buy a service. Instead, you're buying a luxurious spa experience. You have several gift packages to choose from, all at very competitive prices. Plus, it's easy shopping. Just call 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com. This holiday, give the fabulous gift of Beau Visage, 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's Reaction Monday.
Case, if yesterday was your first time watching this football team.
Yeah, for the 2 straight weeks, the Denver Broncos defense has struggled, has given up 60 points combined in 2 straight weeks with the Packers and now the Jags. So that's something that, of course, we're going to have to watch. Now, you're asking me, am I concerned about this defense? Defensively, when it comes to the scheme-wise, Zach, I'm not concerned because a lot of what VJ does is about winning your one-on-one battles. Riley Moss missing the tackles. If you miss the tackles when you're playing man, it's going to show when you have a receiver go for a 45, 50-yard run, and now he has 145 yards receiving because you missed a tackle.
That was the worst game of the season for Riley Moss.
Yeah, and he started strong. He was getting the tackles
He
at the
did.
beginning.
That's
I'm
right.
Like, okay,
That's right.
Riley sauce, and then it just kind of caught up to him. And when you don't fundamentally wrap up the right way, the way you're supposed to, and you have other receivers that are getting paid a lot of money to make you miss, that's what's going to happen to you. So am I concerned about the defense as a whole? No, I am not. What I'm concerned about, Zach, is the health of the defense. Brandon Jones, we don't know when he's coming back with that pec. All right, now you have P.J. Locke, your second-string safety in. That showed yesterday.
It did.
All right, it showed with just the chemistry part, the guarding and covering these receivers, the tackling. That showed. I'm not saying P.J. Locke is a bad football player.
No.
He's not Brandon Jones.
Right.
That's why he's the number 2 and not the number 1. Another one now, Dre Greenlaw. I don't want to say pop the hamstring because I don't know, but he was messing with his hamstring. He ended up missing the last 2 minutes of the game, Zach. I'll go back. There's some video of it. He's hobbling off. It did not look good. So Dre Greenlaw with his hamstring, how bad is that moving forward? All right, another one. If Dre Greenlaw's not in there, all right, you have Alex Singleton, but Justin Stern has been hurt with the ankle. So these injuries defensively are starting to stack up.
I don't like it.
And I don't. And I think that's what I'm more concerned about. This was a one-off game. All right, even in the Green Bay Packers game, they were stout at the end of the game when it mattered the most. This game here, they just took it. They couldn't stop anybody in the red zone. They couldn't get the Jags off the field on third downs, and they couldn't stop the explosive plays for happening. The Denver defense could not stop a nosebleed yesterday.
Man, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. I mean, giving up 34 points. And here's, I don't want to overreact to a single game, okay? I don't. But I think it's fair to at least discuss, are we reacting to more than just a single game? This defense coming out of the bye week has not looked the same. They're giving up more than a touchdown more than they were before the bye. And that's zooming out from just the Jacksonville game. But if you zoom out even farther, and I brought it up here recently with you.
Probably last week.
Yeah, it was last week that last year, this defense was the worst total defense. And when I say total defense, I'm talking about the run defense combined with the pass defense. It was the worst total defense in professional football last year in the last month of the season. And here we are in the last month of the season, and it just doesn't look or feel the same. And that's not just the Jags game. That's given up 26 to the Packers last week, who were down their best receiver for most of the football game.
Yep.
The Raiders are the worst team in pro football, although they were scrappy yesterday. They scored 17 2 weeks back, and coming out of the break, it was the Commanders and Marcus Mariota, who scored 26 points, and you remember it would be like 3rd and 17, and they were converting it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know if that is a if it's a pure coincidence that it's happening in the last month this year and it happened the last month last year. But you got to ask the question.
Well, you definitely have to ask the question. The one thing I'm going to bring up is, by this time, where we in week 16 now, going on to week 16?
Going into week 17
okay, week
now.
17, the season's pretty much done. So all the footage, the game film from last year, this year, it's all out there. And so now for VJ, it's about some of the adjustments that you're going to have to make. We know VJ wants to play man. Man is hard when you have a quarterback that's able to get outside. Now you have scramble drill, and you have a cornerback trying to stay with a receiver. It's hard to do that. So what's happening with this Denver defense, when I'm watching, is we need more of a pass rush. Where is Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper at, Zach?
Dude.
I want to say the third, maybe the fourth straight game, because even with the Commanders game, I was like, where is Nick Bonito at?
Yep.
Where's Jonathan Cooper? The Raiders come along. I think Nick Bonito gets a sack, or Jonathan Cooper, one of them gets a sack, but it just doesn't feel the same. Green Bay Packers, all right, they're not getting the pressure that they should. And then, of course, now with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jags were down a couple offensive linemen, and yet Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, and even John Franklin Myers in a whole 60-minute football game, where were they at getting the pressure? The pressure was not there, and now it hurts your defense when it comes to the secondary, because now they have to hold these receivers longer than they need to or have to.
This is Nick Bonito talking about his own performance after the game.
I played ass today. I mean, I don't think I played to my standard. I feel like I could have been a lot better. I didn't come ready to play today, and it kind of reflected on the rest of the defense.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing his name said on the broadcast.
I don't think I heard it one time.
Yeah, it's they're clearly slowing down. They're clearly slowing down. And I know if you are going off just sack numbers, you'll say, well, they sacked, Jordan Love, 5 times. But the strength of this defense, which is often bend but don't break,
yeah,
they were bending and they were breaking. And on third down, it was hard to watch. On in the red zone,
yeah,
it was really hard to watch. I mean, they really did whatever they wanted to do. And on third down, they went 8 for 15. I'm not great at math. That's over 50%. It's not what you're looking
and
for.
Zach, it's not always about the sacks. It's about the pressures. It's about bottling up, let's say, Trevor Lawrence, so that he doesn't get outside, knowing that he's a good athlete. And we talked about it. Trevor Lawrence is a really good athlete. If you let him get out of the pocket, he will make you pay. We did a couple times. And what Trevor Lawrence did a great job of, and what Bo Nix usually does a great job of, is keeping his eyes downfield to make that play. And there's a couple times on third down, they were able to move the chains because the pass rush did not bottle up Trevor Lawrence. That has to change, or we are not going to make the run that we think we should make in the playoffs if our defense is not up to par.
We'll get back into the defense at the top of the hour, but, Bo Nix, how did the Broncos' young quarterback play yesterday? We'll take a dive into it coming up next.
Trevor Lawrence and the red-hot Jaguars diced up the Broncos at home. Is Denver's defense starting to slip late in the season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger? That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, Dr. Joseph Ramos is both a doctor and a lawyer, combining legal and medical expertise. He can help. Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. RamosLaw.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The giving machines are open now through the new year in the Cherry Creek North Holiday Market on 2nd Avenue and Fillmore Street. An inspiring way to participate in the act of service that lifts our neighbors locally, globally, and blesses people on both sides of the glass. Touch lives with one touch.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane, in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Harmo.
That is such a crazy sentence.
Yeah, and it's been fun. It's been fun, and you know what? Sometimes you have to get hit in your mouth a little bit. Reality check.
Yep.
Make sure you're still there. You've been sleeping in those silk sheets.
That's right.
Like Zach Bye likes to say. Sometimes you need to get out of those silk sheets, get back into the ones that got you there, and go back to work. So this was actually a loss that you can learn a lot from. Now, what do you do? How do you react against a very bad, I can't believe I'm saying this, a very bad Chiefs team?
Crazy. And that Silk Sheets quote that I love, it's one of my favorite of all time. It's from the old boxer Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, I like when you say it.
Who once said famously, it's tough to wake up and do road work. And he's talking about like the stuff that you see in the Rocky movie, right? It's tough to wake up and do road work when you've been sleeping in silk sheets. And the Broncos had those silk sheets ripped off them yesterday in the form of a 34-20 loss. But Bo Nix specifically, what did you make of Bo yesterday?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say let's Bo. There were some really good moments from Bo, and then there were some bad moments from Bo. He was very inconsistent.
Very.
And when it mattered the most, Bo Nix did not produce. Whether it was the interception, and some of that's going to go on Bo with the fumble. Now, it goes both ways when it comes to a handoff exchange, but it's usually going to go on the quarterback in that case. That's just how it goes when you're in the building. They're going to say the quarterback is a guy that, because he has the ultimate deciding factor, are you handing the ball off or you're not?
Yep, he gave a very short answer when asked what happened on that play.
We just got to look back at it. I think both of us wanted the football.
Both of us wanted the football.
So what ends up happening is you have a two-way go, right? It's a read option. You're hoping that the quarterback hands you the ball, but also if the quarterback holds onto the ball a little tighter than usual, usually the running back, it's a telltale sign for the running back to don't grip on the ball, just kind of let it go. And I think both of them wanted that ball, holding on to the ball too tight. Both of them did, and it ended up becoming a fumble because of that. You can't that can't happen again.
No, it can't. The interception was ugly. You know, it was a no-doubter. It was just, one of these that I don't know what he was thinking there. I don't know what he was thinking there. And you take a step back and you look at what happened yesterday. The Jags are a really good football team. They're really good. They're an 11-game winner for the first time since Liam Cohen was playing quarterback at UMass.
That's crazy.
Trevor Lawrence was 8 years old the last time Jacksonville was a 11-win team. So they're really good. But also the Broncos they got their own way so many times throughout the afternoon. Multiple drops. That was hard to watch. Multiple pre-snap penalties from a veteran player in Garrett Bowles. That was hard to watch. Multiple turnovers that looked like they could have been avoided with just better decision-making. Definitely concerning the pick.
He prejudged that one where Bo Nix, instead of like reading the defense for what it was,
right?
It was like, I'm going to Pat Bryant no matter what. When in reality, if you watch the game footage or you watch the film, you have Cortland Sutton on the other side kind of open. And in my head, I'm like, why would you not go to your number one receiver? Right? When it matters the most, you're down in the game. I'm throwing the court. He doesn't do it. He gets picked off. It was a bad throw, bad decision.
Yep, bad throw, bad decision. So just all around. Special teams, you missed a kick.
Yeah.
So a missed field goal, multiple pre-snap penalties, multiple drop passes, multiple turnovers against a really good football team. It's like you're not going to win that game. You're just not. And even without some of that stuff, I still think, like, even if you just like somehow omitted the turnovers, okay? I still don't think the Broncos win yesterday. I just don't think they had it yesterday.
I don't know, Zach. I think that if you take away the turnovers and the game is a little bit closer, knowing that you could have an opportunity to get points, not necessarily a touchdown, but let's say those two turnovers turn into field goals, because that's usually what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that game, so the motive, your motive in your mindset is a little bit different. Maybe the defense gets a little bit more stout like it did against Green Bay, where it's like, hey, let's bow up because we still have a chance to win this game. But when you start to have those penalties, but also the turnovers, Denver had 2 turnovers. The Jacksonville Jaguars had 0.
Right. Ultimate
deciding factor was turnovers. Simple as that. Let's make it as simple as that. When you have 2 turnovers against a really good team, you're not winning that game.
No, and I'm not – I don't want to say that's not true, because I agree. It's a death sentence. Yeah. You're writing your own death certificate when you have multiple turnovers and the other operation is clean. But I just think on a down-to-down basis, the Jags were just better. And I didn't think it was really close. There was a couple good moments, couple really good moments. The RJ, run was just great. Individual effort, playing above the X's and O's, that was great. The touchdown pass to Sutton, I thought that was a gorgeous pass from Bo Nix. So it wasn't all bad. But on a down-to-down basis, I just thought Jacksonville was definitively the better team.
Well, the Denver Broncos didn't have their hands up in this fight.
Yeah.
Truly. It started off good. It was like the heavyweight fight. You're kind of sizing each other out. You're taking those couple punches. But once Jacksonville truly put that first punch and landed the first punch in the jaw like Jake Paul, like we talked about, what do you do now? How do you react? And the Denver Broncos were not ready to react in the right way. We're not ready for this fight, and it showed.
Yeah, and Sean Payton has all the fuel he needs now to recenter this collection of young men. He's got all the evidence. But for Bo specifically, I thought it was 47 pass attempts.
Too much.
That's just that's not what you're looking for.
Now, do you put that? Well, of course, that's not on Bo. Bo's doing what the coaches are telling him to do. But for Bo,
we think
because Bo has a little bit more power than people know.
Right.
But for Bo, is it more of, hey, I'm listening to Sean and I'm just gonna throw it, or is it more like, hey, for Bo, it's I know I could check this play, but I want to continue to throw it because I know we're down in this game. Do you think that that's more like how it is, or is it more on Sean?
I think that
I feel like I just confused myself by asking that question. Because a lot of times coaches are going to call a play, quarterbacks are going to be like, okay, this is what I'm getting, but also you'll have a check to it.
I just think that when it's that drastic, there's got to be some design to why you operated that way. And it goes back to Friday and Thursday's show of saying this is the number one run defense in the NFL. The Broncos are down their starting running back.
Yeah.
Like, don't be surprised if they really lean into the pass. And when your leading ball carrier has 7 carries and the quarterback throws it 47 times, that is not just game circumstance, like, read and react, play calling because of the set of circumstances in front of you in the game. I think that it's probably both when it's that drastic. Yeah. But it's just not healthy. That's not what you're looking for. So yeah, I thought it was if we were like trying to figure out where it stacks up, and I don't want to go game by game, but I just think we can safely say, despite him throwing for a career-high 352 yards, that was not a good game from Bo Nix.
No, it didn't feel like a good game. When you're watching the game, it definitely wasn't a good game when it comes to him throwing the ball, making the right decisions, sustaining a couple drives that could have helped them stay in that game. Bo Nix wasn't on like he usually was.
No.
And even running-wise, for Bo, it's like, take off. Just find a way to get that first down so that you get an extra set of downs. Like, that's the ultimate goal, is to sustain drives so that you can set yourself up for success, for a field goal, for a touchdown. And I think Bo, at times, he didn't take what the defense gave him. That interception, he could have easily dumped it down to R.J. Harvey for a 5 to 10 yard gain and lived with it and moved on. But he didn't. He prejudged the play and ended up being a disaster, and now you have a pick because of it.
And then on the other side, Trevor Lawrence was great with a capital G.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. Against, this defense, he really humanized this Denver Broncos defense. He really did. And we'll continue to talk about that. What do you think your biggest takeaway, your single biggest takeaway from that Broncos loss to Jacksonville yesterday? Hit us up, 303-713-1043. If you could isolate your single biggest takeaway, you'll hear mine and Phil's coming up next.
After 11 games, the Broncos' win streak finally came to an end against the Jaguars, suffering their first loss since late September. With just 2 games left in the regular season, will Denver hold on to the lead in the AFC West? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Happy holidays to all you men out there. Typically, you get a couple days off for the holiday and you let your hair down, and next thing you know, you and your partner are getting intimate. All right? Intimacy is a wonderful part of the human experience. Do not let erectile dysfunction harm that moment. okay? Because ED is a medical condition, guys, and like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90% at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, all right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They're not new, all right? They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men just like you. Hate to break it to you, you're not that special. ED is actually pretty common. So schedule a consult with them. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Real simple, fellas. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff and 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This holiday season, don't drink and drive. But if you are in an accident, you're in luck. Flanagan Law, where strength meets compassion. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? With Xfinity, you can get reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
This holiday season, AutoNation is unwrapping the biggest gift of all. The car you actually want with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. With our coast-to-coast inventory of nearly 100,000 new and used cars, trucks, and crossovers, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. 0 down, no payments until April. That's the deal you deserve on the car you love. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. Limited term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than Santa comes down that chimney.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas to one and all. We are here reacting to the Broncos' loss to Jacksonville. We'll be off for the next few days, but back at the end of the week to react to another Broncos game. Man, really quick turnaround here with Thursday Night Football looming, Mr. Phillip Lindsay.
It's kind of insane how things are being done, but it's one of these things where we get to react to it. It sucks that we're not reacting to another victory for the Denver Broncos, but they kind of needed this. They needed to get their ass handed to them to understand that they are human beings. That those silk sheets that we talked about earlier, that, yeah, you could be sleeping in them as long as you're doing what you have to do, handling business on that damn football field. And so this game coming up on Thursday night where we'll be able to react to it after opening presents on Christmas is a good get-right game for the Denver Broncos if they go out there with the mentality of we're mad, we're angry, and we're just better than the Chiefs this year. Let's go get that win.
What do you think your single biggest takeaway was?
Single biggest takeaway watching that game was, and it's no-brainer, that if the defense does not get their act together and start making plays like they did at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, they're the backbone. If the defense is struggling, the Denver Broncos will not win a Super Bowl this year, Zach. That's going to be my biggest takeaway. And it was not just by watching that game. It was the Green Bay Packers game.
Yep.
The first half. It's this whole Jacksonville Jaguars game. So two teams that are going to be in the playoffs this year, and you struggle when you're the defense. If the defense does not do their part because they are the backbone of the Denver Broncos, we're not winning a Super Bowl, and that's just a fact.
Yeah.
So they got to get their act together.
Yeah, and you have to throw in the Commanders game in there as well.
Yeah, we can.
It was it's been a bad month of defense. It just has. Coming out of the bye, they have been just a different version of themselves, and now they're suffering in a way in the health department that the Broncos are going to have to overcome some stuff here. They really are. You mentioned it earlier in the show. Dre Greenlaw dealing with a hamstring injury. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not expecting to see Dre Greenlaw here.
It didn't look good, Zach. It was like, a little over 2 minutes left in the game. He's running sideline to sideline. He stops abruptly because my guessing is it pulled on him. Hopefully it didn't pop. I know they're going to go and do some MRI work today to see kind of what the results are what they're dealing with the results. But, yeah, Zach, I mean, it's a hamstring. We talked about this before. You know how the hamstrings are. Like, it's just hard to come back, and you have 2 games left. You know you need him for the playoffs. How does that look?
No, I am not trying to be doom and gloom, but for that player in this specific instance, I don't think we're going to see Dre Greenlaw here. I would love to be wrong about that. Brandon Jones is down. We saw the impact yesterday. I mean, that was pretty significant, the not having the starting safety available to you. I don't want to overreact. Because almost everyone in the AFC would change places with the Denver Broncos right now.
Yes.
But I would not be my authentic self if I said I wasn't concerned. I am.
Okay.
I am.
In what way though? Like give us details.
The defense regressing for a second consecutive year at the exact moment it started a year ago. You can't make it up. And the ask of this defense over the course of the season has been tremendous.
It's been a lot.
On a Sunday in, Sunday out basis, they've been asked to be Superman. And more often than not, they go into that phone booth and they come out with a cape on. I'm seeing more Clark Kent right now.
In the past
month. Yeah, it's a 4-game sample, and it's unsettling. Because if that's not the strength of the team, which it clearly is, and there's no debate on it, but if it becomes just average, which a lot of teams would still take, but if they just become average or a little bit above average, this team has a real ceiling on it. And we have been talking about a Super Bowl push under the premise that this is the league's best defense. This is not the league's best defense right now. It's just not, and it's unsettling. And then I look at the other side of the football, And I'm just being real. I don't because I know someone out there is like, oh, you're fear mongering.
This is how you feel.
This is how I feel. I feel like despite the big carry from RJ Harvey, which he deserves credit for. He really does, man. I tip my cap. Man, how obnoxious was I, unintentionally, talking about the lack of explosive plays last year?
Oh, all the time. We talked about it all the time. It's different this year.
It is different this year. It was like meaningfully different, and I want to see the explosive plays. And we saw that yesterday from RJ Harvey. We went an entire year where the top 3 running backs failed to have a carry that went for 22 yards, which is still hard to fathom. That's been different this year, but I still, on a down-to-down basis, the run game, and you can't look at the numbers right now because someone could throw the numbers in my face and you'd be right. You'd be right. I don't know if they're going to be able to run it effectively when they have to run it.
But this is where like, and you're going off of not just this game, obviously.
No,
you're going off of the games in the past as well.
I'm going off life without J.K. Dobbins.
Life without J.K. Dobbins. But they've been able to win because of the pass. But on top of that, R.J. Harvey seems like he is getting better. All right, the Raiders game, that was when he kind of had this come-out party of like, I can run hard. I can break some tackles. All right,
he's a good football player. R.J. Harvey's good. R.J. Harvey's good. I just don't know if he's a starting running back.
We know he's not a starting running back. I mean, as of right now, he's not a starting running back when it comes to just on a down basis. You know what you're going to get out of him. He's not like a J.K. Dobbins, but he's young, and he's finally starting to get the opportunities where he's comfortable knowing that he's not going to be pulled out of these games, and he can truly just sit there and get into some type of rhythm. I do believe that R.J. Harvey is going to bring more to the table as he gets going. He is. And you're looking at him just as a running back, but you have to look at him, like I said earlier, catching out of the backfield. He's doing that.
He's great at that.
A high rate right now.
Yeah. But I'm talking about more like playoff football where, hey, we're going to run it. We know we're going to run it. They know we're going to run it. And can we run it effectively? And I continue to have doubts about that. And, Sean probably could have done a better job yesterday giving him more opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, needed more opportunities.
7 carries, like that's paltry, man. That's not great. But he had the 38-yard carry. In 6 other carries, it was for 12 yards. And I just question again on the down-to-down basis. And can you go make a Super Bowl run when you do not authentically have a starting running back on your team? And if your defense is eroding a little bit here, I'm sure this is just a reaction Monday, and I'm just feeling a little bit concerned after seeing the first loss in 3 months.
Look, that's how you feel. That's how you're feeling right now. Doesn't mean that it's going to come true. Doesn't mean that R.J. Harvey can't change your mind with these next 2 games and maybe in the playoffs if he can start going. One thing that we can both agree on, Zach, is that if this defense is not up to par, the Denver Broncos are not winning a playoff game or multiple playoff games.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
No, you're probably right.
But I also am going to have to defend RJ a little bit because he didn't get the opportunities like he should have against the number 1 run-stop defense in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even Jaleel at times looked really good when he had his carries.
He did.
And Sean did not stick with the run long enough to kind of let it get going and take some pressure off of Bo. That was on Sean. Now for RJ, you got to keep building off of this. There was a couple holes that he did miss. He ended up picking that 4th and inches up, but he made it harder than it had to when all he had to do was set the play up, all right, and hit the right hole that was sitting right in front of him, and he has 5 or 6, maybe even 7 yards. It's not even a debate where the Jacksonville Jaguars throw that red flag. So RJ, he's learning on the fly because he's been having to sit behind JK and take the leftovers. Now he's the man. Is he a starting running back in this league right now? No. Is he the best thing we have? For sure. Now he needs to understand that and continue to work on his game and grow his game, which he is doing. So I want to see more opportunities in the run game for RJ, and that's on Sean.
Here is Sean Payton, his opening comments after the football game.
A couple things first. Obviously, a disappointing loss. All the things that were important or are important to winning, we didn't do a good enough job with, and that starts with me. They were better on 3rd downs. They won the turnover battle. They won the kicking battle. And so now we have a short week to digest it. You can't spit it out. You got to swallow it, and that starts with every one of us.
I really like that quote from Sean Payton. You can't spit it out. You have to swallow it. And I trust we have to have that one on the iPad.
Yeah, definitely. He likes that one.
Sean Payton has earned the trust. I'll speak for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I trust Sean Payton for him to push the right buttons with this group and have a quick turnaround. Obviously, and we should spend some time talking about it at some point this afternoon, but Kansas City, I mean, what's going on with Kansas City?
It's a bad Kansas City team now.
They are bad. They are bad. And so what a get-right opportunity for the Broncos. And then this Week 18 game against the Chargers now has a completely new texture to it. And are you getting nervous?
I'm okay right now. I truly am. I'm okay. I understand that, this was a big boy game, and we did not show up in a big boy game against the Jags. But this is why you play these games. This is why you have the opportunities to go back, watch film, correct what you're doing, look yourself in the mirror and say, who do you want to be? All right, you've been on top for the longest. You've been feeling good. You've been feeling yourself. You finally get punched in your mouth. You didn't react the same way that you should have. And now what do? You go back to the drawing board. You go at it. You have a great 2 or 3 days of practice because it's a short week. One snap and clear mentality.
Sure.
And let's get the win. Defensively, you're concerned with the defense because of what has happened the last month, what has happened last year at the end of the year. It's understandable. I'm not as concerned about the defense scheme-wise. People want VJ fired already.
No,
which I'm like,
come on,
dude.
guys.
Like,
No.
And they want to blame VJ. The only thing is VJ is setting these players up for success. When you go man, you have to win your one-on-one battles. When you're Riley Moss and you don't make that tackle, there's nobody else to help you out. So now you look up, and now there's a receiver going for 45 yards. When you're not getting the pressure on the quarterback, who's a really, really good quarterback playing at a high level right now, you're not winning these games. So you have to win your one-on-one matchup.
All right, so when it comes to the defense specifically, because I think that's probably the most pressing conversation with the Denver Broncos right now. And what we've seen this last month, they're averaging over a touchdown more per game. Okay. 10 is you're pulling the fire alarm, and man, the season could be over because the defense. 1 is you're asleep in bed. You're not worried about it at all. What is your concern level 1 through 10 with the Denver Broncos defense?
I'm going to go with a 4.
A 4?
I'm going with a 4.
Okay.
Because and the thing is I can't control the injuries. That's my biggest concern right now is the Denver Broncos defense is getting banged up in their key players. Brandon Jones, Dre Greenlaw. No matter if he's not making the tackles that he should be, it's his presence. The backup, Justin Sternad, he's not going to be available. So I'm concerned with the depth of this team. But when it comes schematically to just this team in general, this is what they've been doing the whole year and have had success.
But it's not what they've been doing the whole year. They're giving up 26 points a game since the bye week.
So why do you think that is?
And that's when they've been healthy. They're just starting to go they haven't played a game without Dre Greenlaw. They're going to play a game without Dre Greenlaw here in 72 hours. You played your first game without Brandon Jones. So they've been leaking here a little bit. 26 points a game. I mean, from 17 points a game.
Yeah.
18 points a game.
Zach, but here you go. They've been Superman this whole year. If you're telling a defense and you're relying on a defense to go out there and help you win games, at some point in a 17-game season, they are going to start to get drained. They are going to start to kind of fall apart because they're wore out. This is where the offense has to come to play.
Is that what you chalk it up to? Is what we're saying that they're literally just wore out?
I think so. I think a lot of it has to do with the injuries, and it has to do with mentally they're wore out because they have had to be Superman. Now, that's no excuse. This is what you guys has been. This is why we've been so excited. They have to find a way to make those plays. And there are plays that can be made. And I just got done saying, Riley, just tackle. Just tackle.
That was hard to watch,
PJ,
Phil.
you got to be in the right spots.
Yeah.
Giving up that touchdown, then you want somebody to say it's a push-off. That wasn't a push-off. You just weren't in the right spot when it came to the pass deflection. Like Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper. And Nick Bonito came out and said he played like ass. He's admitting it.
Totally.
When you're paying these players big-time money to go out there and make plays, but they're not making those plays, you are not winning those games. That's why you're paying people a lot of money, because they're going to show out and show up when it matters the most. This defense, when it comes to some of those players, haven't showed out. Even Zach Allen. Did you hear about Zach Allen a lot throughout that game?
No.
That's a problem when your pass rushers are not getting the pressure that they need on that quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Look.
We're concerned. I feel like we're concerned for the defense in 2 different ways. I'm concerned because of injuries.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can't control that. That's natural football circumstance. So I don't want to act like that's not a reason to be concerned. They're more banged up right now than they have been. Look, I have to remind myself, and yes, it's a reaction Monday, and we can sometimes get swept up. The Broncos lost their first game yesterday since a month and a half before Halloween. This is a really good football team. Where I think that some of my tone today comes from, we are analyzing, and we do this with the Nuggets and the Avs as well. We're analyzing it through a championship lens.
For sure.
Like they've accomplished so much this year, and it's incredible. And sometimes, like when you go for a hike or you're on a gondola, like you think that you're getting near the top, and there's like this, what do they call it? Like a false, it's like a false...
mirage? Is it?
It's like a false front.
Okay.
And you're going up and you're like, okay, like we're right near the top, and then it plateaus a little bit and continues to rise, and I'm looking at the hill that the Broncos are going to try to climb, and the summit is not now. The summit is not, the 11-game win streak. The summit is a Super Bowl. If that's the conversation we're willing to have, then I'm analyzing.
You've been having that conversation.
Right. And so, like, through the Nuggets, like I judge them through the lens of the Oklahoma City Thunder and an NBA championship. The Avs, I judge them through the lens of a Stanley Cup, and is this going to be good enough? And these are conversations that these teams earn. They're actually really healthy. So if I'm analyzing it through that lens, I'd be disingenuous if I was here saying I'm not concerned at all about anything. The Broncos are fine, and I just
no. Like there's a little bit of concern in the air. There is, like, when your defense is doing what they're doing right now, the same thing they did last year, and it was a big reason why we lost too. Like, of course you're going to be concerned. You're going to be concerned. I'm leaning on, hey, you guys are going to correct the things that you need to do, and it's literally between you and you. What can you do to help this football team? You got to make the damn plays. And Zach, what do I always say? Players make plays, players win games. It's not the coaches out there. Yes, the coaches help with scheme and they put you in good situations, but at some point, you got to make a damn play. At some point, you got to make that crucial tackle or get an interception for once. The Denver defense is not doing that. Or offensively, Bo, you're going to have to stand on your head and do something like you did against the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
And know that you have to do it. It's things like that you have to do if you're going to win a Super Bowl, or if you're going to go far enough to try to get to a Super Bowl, that the Denver Broncos did not show against the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday on Sunday.
And shout out to everyone jumping in the RamosLaw.com text line saying Fall Summit. Appreciate you guys. Here was Sean Payton's message to the team that he communicated to the media after the game.
Well, there was one message, and look, I think I said to him, one of the things you manage to do each week is get on to the next challenge. In other words, digest the win. And so I think the same thing has to apply, especially on a short week like this. You've shown the ability to digest the game before and then get on to the next challenge, and you have to do the same, after a tough loss.
Digest it, move on. You always say one snap and clear.
Swallow it, don't spit it out.
Swallow it, don't spit it out. Do you like the idea that the Broncos have a quick turnaround here on Thursday Night Football, or because of the health standpoint, or you're like, I just wish it was next weekend?
I like the idea because the Kansas City Chiefs are down and out. They don't want to play. They're ready to go to Cancun. So it should be an easier matchup as long as you had the mentality of let's go in there and handle business. I also like the quick turnaround games because it doesn't give you a lot of time to dwell on what just happened.
Sure.
You have to move on. You're going into game planning today. Today, you're going to go get some game planning done. Now, you won't be outside, but then you'll come back tomorrow and you're going to get after. You're going to go do some walkthroughs, maybe a couple of faster pace type of tempo practicing, and then the next day you're going to do a walkthrough and you're heading on the plane. So you don't have time to sit here and be in your feelings about getting beat by the Jacksonville Jaguars, because if you do that, you're not going to be ready to play against the Kansas City Chiefs, who you should be able to beat up on and have in some built-in rest for Bo if that's the case, where you have Jarrett Stidham coming into the game. So I like the quick turnaround because it's going to bring their focus to the Kansas City Chiefs, the one snap and clear mentality, because you can't do anything about the past. Now you can correct it and move on, and that's exactly what the Denver Broncos need to do.
Well, by the way, do you see the news with the Chiefs today? That they are leaving for Kansas, the state of Kansas, in 2031. That is crazy. Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. Like it's been an ongoing thing there for a few years. Like, could they figure out the stadium deal? And
Talk about insult to injury.
Yes. Literally,
we suck now. We're just going to go ahead and let you guys know, too, that we're out of here.
Think about that. Think about like what kind of week it's been for Kansas City Chiefs fans. Now, it's been an incredible decade run for them, but you're not even going to make the playoffs. Mahomes tears his ACL. The backup quarterback tears his ACL, and the stadium is moving out of the state. That is crazy. And the quarterback that the Broncos will play on Thursday Night Football, Chris Oladokun, from South Dakota State. That's the Jackrabbits, right? South Dakota State. He was a 7th-round pick from Pittsburgh back in 2022. So, yeah, it really is. It's lining up for like a get-right game for the Denver Broncos.
It's been perfect for the Denver Broncos all the way up until the Jacksonville Jaguar game. And then now you get a get-right game before you have to go into a Week 18 matchup where it could end up being whoever wins gets the number 1 seed. Like, you have to love that you have an opportunity to get a win under your belt, but not get as banged up as much as you would if Kansas City was fighting for that playoff spot still.
Yeah, here's more from Sean Payton after the game. Asked about Trevor Lawrence, but he wanted to move on pretty quick.
Look, he played a really good game, and so you can try to pin that down on. I'm sure we're going to look at the tape. We missed a lot of tackles in space. There was a lot of yards after the catch that showed up. That was evident. So we'll look at it all, but we're going to have a quick week. We're going to be on to Kansas City like ASAP. So that's just how it is with this quick turnaround.
By the way, we brought it up last week that Sean referenced the market size of Jacksonville. And it was at the end of a response. But we said, man, would Jacksonville use that as fuel? Would they take it as a shot? I'm still of the mindset that Sean Payton did not intend for it to be a shot. He was pumping up Jacksonville and basically said in so many words, this team would be getting a way more attention, and I'm paraphrasing, but this team would be getting way more attention if they were in a larger market, but they're in a smaller market. They're really good.
Zach, that's what he should have said. Instead of you having to paraphrase it, if he would have been more detailed with it, Jacksonville would have took it and ran with it.
See, but this is where Sean, and I mentioned this, when Sean is speaking to the media, sometimes he will stop in the middle of a sentence and move on to something else. And it's like, hey, you got to be with me. I'm not going to hold your hand and speak so slowly to you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because if you do, perfect. If you don't, I'm sorry, you're going to be lost. That was one of those moments. And
do you believe that?
I do.
See, I don't think so.
So you think he was trying to take a shot?
Right, and I brought that up. I was like, yo, as a player, and I told you before, like, words hurt. Words hurt. When we're talking and players are listening, they're listening.
So you think his intention was to fire a shot?
There was no reason for him to put the small market thing in there in first place. Why was it at the end there? Why are you bringing it up anyway? Like, who cares?
Because I agree with you, big picture. But I think that what he was saying is this team's really freaking good. And, like, you guys, like, need to understand, like, what I'm saying. Like, small market, yeah, I got you. Like, they're really good.
Then why don't say it like that? That's my question. Like, then why don't you just come out and say, hey, this team is really good and they don't get what they truly deserve. They don't get the credit that they deserve. That's not what he said. He said small market, a small market team. They took it and ran with the head coach. Like they were being little brother.
Clearly. Whatever his intention was, they took it away, and Liam Cohen made it a rallying cry. He made it a rallying cry. The amount of players who referenced the market size of all things. I mean, seriously, of all things, it was the market size after the game that kept on getting talked about. And hey, not bad for a small market. We can come into a market like Mile High. I mean, whatever gets you through the night. I mean, it's like one of those things like, hey, use whatever. But
well, that's what the Denver Broncos used against the Green Bay Packers. And you have Bo Nix saying we're the overdogs. Right, they were fighting for a little bit more.
It's a good point.
Because they had the motivation, like, oh, you guys are doubting us. They weren't doubted in this game, where Jacksonville was. Jacksonville has been doubted this whole year, so they came into this game ready to fight. And the head coach, Liam Cohen, made sure that he got that through his team that, hey, look, they doubt you guys. They don't respect you. You got the head coach. And I told you that was going to happen. Like I said, they're going to go in the meeting room.
You did.
And they're going to play that video clipping because that's usually what they did.
Yep, you called it.
And they usually do. And then now you have the players that are upset, the players that are mad. I'll never forget, and I told this story, Zach. Houston Texans, we're playing against Urban Bourbon. All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bourbon Urban.
Bourbon Urban.
Yes.
He doesn't even deserve that name.
No, I gave him that name. Yes, that's my name. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So Bourbon Urban. So maybe that's why I had to switch it up.
Yes.
So I didn't copy you.
Yeah, Bourbon Urban. Yes.
And they asked about the running backs. So simple as the running backs. It was me, Rex Burkhead, and I remember him not knowing any of our names and being disrespectful, saying, I don't even know any of their names.
Right.
I don't know who's over there. And I remember the coach coming back in the team meeting and playing it for our offensive line and us and say, we take this personal. And that might have been the only game we won. We beat them by 40.
Man, but hey, no, I mean, seriously, whatever edge you can find, well, they found it, clearly. And they used that as a rallying cry. That much was clear after the game. I mean, the amount of stuff, you were sending it to me one at a time. I'm like, another guy?
Oh, man.
Another player?
Did you see the belts come out?
I did.
They were in the locker room with belts.
If you guys didn't see that, they were in the locker room with belts, whipping them against the ground because a popular phrase this past year has been BTA.
Yeah.
That's belt to ass. And that's what they were. That's how they were celebrating in the Jacksonville locker room. Crazy.
Man.
Okay, let's take a look back at a busy weekend in Denver sports coming up next.
The Jaguars came to town and roughed up the Broncos at Empower Field. Is a late season wake-up call what Denver needs to get ready for the playoffs. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You know, gentlemen, the holidays have a way of reminding us what truly matters the most. Family, connection, feeling present, feeling good about yourself. But when you're dealing with low testosterone, then you're not feeling like yourself. You're not that man. You're not that same guy that you used to be. Well, I'm here to tell you that when you go to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, there are experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. And they successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T just like you are today. And a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that those treatments can make in their life. So if you're like these guys dealing with low T, within just a few weeks after doing the treatments, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as with those workouts. And that sex drive, gentlemen, that we all deserve to have will be significantly enhanced as well. All I need you to do is take the low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz for the yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do, so not a lot of your time's taken. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where they're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses, gentlemen. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. drhi.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I'm going to be blunt. If your windows are drafty, sticking, or leaking, cold nights are costing you money. In January, they'll cost you even more. Window prices are going up. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is locking in 2025 pricing, but orders must be placed by December 31st. Don't let the 2026 price increase punch you in the wallet. Order by December 31st or you're paying 2026 prices. Go to windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
I know some people think after a car accident, do I really need a lawyer? Hiring Postman Law isn't only about the courtroom. We're your single point of contact in a complicated claims process. We take on the insurance adjusters, organize your medical bills, coordinate with doctors, and make sure nothing gets missed. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache. Call 844-POSTMAN. When other firms promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. Happy Monday, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here. Not so happy, I guess, on the Broncos front after they lose for the first time in 3 months yesterday. But it was a busy weekend across the board. College football playoff. Alabama coming from behind.
Oh, man. I was really hoping Oklahoma would get them, Zach.
Yeah, they lose 34-24 to the Crimson Tide, who now moves on to face Indiana in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. Miami and A&M have a low-scoring thriller, which Miami wins with a touchdown in the final 2 minutes and a game-securing pick in the end zone. A group of 5 didn't have a great showing when it came to Tulane. They got absolutely rolled by Ole Miss, 41-10. James Madison, scrappy, man. They really hung around in that second half in a way that I personally did not see coming. I thought they were going to lose by 40 the way that the first half was going. They outscored Oregon in the second half, 28-17, ultimately fall 51-34. So this is how it sets up. This is the quarterfinals. And I want to hear from our friends from behind the glass as well. Which is the best quarterfinal game? Oregon and Texas Tech, Alabama against number 1 Indiana, Ole Miss against Georgia or Miami against Ohio State?
Man, I had to close my eyes on that one and envision it. I'm going to go with the Texas Tech-Oregon game. That one's going to be exciting. You got Oregon high flying. Their defense is starting to kind of bow up. But for Texas Tech, I mean, the turnaround from last year till now, the defense, it's crazy what money can do, right? It could buy you a national championship almost. So Texas Tech, if the defense can come to play, I think they can take that one. So I'm going to go with Oregon, Texas Tech.
Drew, behind the glass, what is your favorite quarterfinal game?
I am with Phil. I am massively looking forward to Oregon, Texas Tech. I think that is going to be an unbelievable matchup. I think either way, you kind of look at it like you've got 4 just absolute bangers for football games. Now, there is one that I have a sneaky feeling Georgia Ole Miss could end up being a blowout. I could totally see a scenario where Georgia goes up 14-0 in that game, or Ole Miss goes up 14-0 and loses 42-14. That Georgia's just that good. But I think all 4 games are going to be phenomenal, but give me Oregon, Texas Tech.
Dante Gomez.
Yeah, I'm with Drew. I think we have 4 really good games coming, but I'm going to go Oregon, Texas Tech. I just think that's going to be really fun. I think both teams have a shot at winning the national title, and I don't think you can necessarily say that about the other 3 matchups in this round. So I'm excited for Big 12, Big 10, hopefully put some respect on the Big 12's name if Texas Tech can go out there and win.
Hey, real quick, who can't win the national championship from among this group? I would say probably Alabama can't.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Agreed, yeah.
I would agree. I put Ole Miss.
Ole Miss can't.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think I'd put Miami maybe, but I think they're better than the other 2 teams we just named.
Yes, they are, but I can't close my eyes and see Miami winning the national championship. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Inconsistent quarterback play.
I was going to say, which Carson Beck is going to show up?
Right.
You never know.
And Ohio State, it would not surprise me if they run away from the Hurricanes by the second half of this one. I've bought a half point and have them at -9.5. We'll see, but yeah, I think that Oregon can win it all, Texas Tech can win it all, Indiana can win it all, Georgia can win it all, and Ohio State can win it all. Those are, I think, the teams that can win it all.
Is anybody else shocked, by the way, that Indiana's a 6.5-point favorite over Alabama? Given that it's Alabama of all teams, I know none of us actually think Bama's what Bama normally is, but that was a shocking number to me.
That it was that big or small?
That it was that big. I actually thought it'd be closer, even though I'm a huge believer in Indiana. Because it's Alabama of all teams.
Yeah.
And they did do well in that second half. I mean, they ran away with it against Oklahoma.
Man, there's like a conflict of logos in that one. It's like, wait, Indiana over Alabama?
Right.
It's like it doesn't compute with our muscle memory of college football. But, yeah, I mean, that Indiana team is no joke. I cannot wait to settle in and watch these games.
Zach, real quick before we move on. Oh, or not.
What do you got?
How many upsets do you think we get?
Oh, yeah, because remember last year the teams that had the first round bye struggled big time in that second round or the quarterfinal round.
What's the number on Oregon and Texas Tech? Who's the favorite there?
Oregon by 1.5.
Then I would say Oregon.
Okay.
Then I would say Oregon.
We're just getting the one?
Yeah, getting beat by Texas Tech. I can't see Alabama beating Indiana. I can't see Ole Miss beating Georgia, and I surely can't see Miami beating Ohio State.
I mean, I'm looking at it. I could see a scenario where Alabama finds a way to beat Indiana. Just and maybe it's just like you said, the muscle memory with Alabama. But I was impressed with Alabama and how they looked when they kind of got their act together and started really putting it on Oklahoma.
Yeah. All right. The Nuggets over the weekend, a loss to the Houston Rockets in a way that we're not really accustomed to seeing. They kind of got blown out.
Yeah, they got dominated, Zach.
A 14-point loss against Houston at home. The Nuggets now just 8-5 at home. That is not good. Now, I'm really not concerned about the loss in any sort of meaningful way. Nuggets now 2-1 against Houston. Houston clearly came in on an absolute mission going 0-2 against Denver up until this past weekend. But, man, this guy, Reed Shepherd, how fun, this dude, he is a player.
Flies around, man.
And he made 6 3-pointers. It started early and it was often, but he got so hot in that second half, man. Much like you think of some of these shooters in the NBA who don't need to have the ball in their hands for a long time at all, like a Nicholas Batum for the Clippers. He can have it in his hands for a fraction of a second and let it go. I don't know if I've ever seen a release quicker than Reed Shepherd. He punished the Nuggets on Saturday, and it was a lopsided loss.
You know what, Zach? He just moves around, and he's always moving, even with the ball. His ball handling skills, it's pretty fun to watch. And then when he gets a goal and he catches fire, I mean, it's hard to contain somebody like that that's moving around, and you have to guard him all game. I mean, the Rockets definitely came in with the mentality of, we're going to beat you guys up. We don't like you. Something's going on between the Nuggets and the Rockets, and it's going to be a fun playoff matchup if that ends up being the case.
And we weren't we just talking about this matchup? Because last week they walked off the court without shaking hands, and Ime Udoka blasts the officiating after the game. And then you come back in this game, and Bruce Brown and Kevin Durant were going at one another. I mean, there is tension between these two teams. And so it's a realistic playoff matchup.
You think what he said? I don't know what Kevin Durant said. So I don't know what went on, but Bruce Brown kind of said, you don't say this to another man.
Yeah.
What would you say, though, that's that disrespectful?
It looked like it. Now, I'm playing lip doctor here, but it looked like KD was saying, you're a B word.
Okay.
And now you got to remember, though, these two guys were teammates in Brooklyn together. So I don't know, man, in these NBA circles, it can get weird with women or gambling. So who the hell knows? But there's something between.
There's something more.
Something
than
there.
Meets the eye.
Yes. There's something more than meets the eye. So put that in your back pocket. Between these two teams, they don't like one another. They just don't. And we don't have a lot of these traditional rivalries in sports anymore. And so I kind of like that they're not swapping jerseys and friggin' swapping spit nearly after these games, talking about where they're going to work out with each other in the summer.
Swallow it, don't spit it.
That's what Sean Payton said. All right, we'll kick out of the last slap of the 3 count. What was Bo Nix saying after losing for the first time in 3 months yesterday? You'll hear from Sean's Q coming up next.
Trevor Lawrence and the red-hot Jaguars diced up the Broncos at home. Is Denver's defense starting to slip late in the season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like, give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's, let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Quiet down, here she comes.
Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Enjoy this run to the playoffs and be safe when you're going to the games or to parties. If you do get into an accident, make the right call to Flanagan Law. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here with my friend Bonnie at O'Mara Ford.
The holidays are my favorite time of the year. You get O'Mara's low pricing, huge discounts, and just announced 0% for 60 months.
So 5 years without paying any interest?
Not a single cent, make no down payment, and no monthly payment until next year. At O'Mara, we make it fast, fun, and easy.
Just in time for the holidays at O'Mara Ford. Stop by their showroom on 104th and I-25 or visit O'MaraFord.com.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health. With the right equipment, you can train like a pro. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
card. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time. And if you're a homeowner, you should call American Financing today. You could be saving real money every month. High interest debt is crushing budgets across the country, but homeowners who act now are using their equity to wipe it out. American Financing customers are saving an average of $800 a month, with some getting rates in the low fives. A massive difference compared to credit cards charging 20% or more. Speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant and find out exactly what you qualify for. There are never any upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Move quickly, and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments, putting cash in your pocket immediately, giving you back some of that money you spent during the holidays. Call American Financing today. The sooner you act, the quicker you can save. 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Okay. Only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There. The last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Colorado's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 8th through 11th at the Colorado Convention Center in Denver. Just once a year, Colorado's largest gathering for anglers, hunters, and RVers. Buy the latest gear, discover the best destinations. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 8th through 11th at the Colorado Convention Center in Denver. More info at sportsexpos.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by
go 3 months without losing. Like, that has to feel great, man.
That's insane. The last time the Broncos lost a game, we had no idea what our kids were going to be for Halloween. It was a month and a half away.
You're right.
I mean, that's just insane. It just, what a run. A mile-high salute to the Denver Broncos for going on the second longest win streak in the history of this organization. It's extremely commendable, memorable for sure. I mean, we'll remember this for a very, very, very long time. And we could go the rest of our lives without ever seeing a win streak like this one.
Yeah, you're right. And exactly how you just said it, like this one, the drama. All right, the fourth quarter comebacks, the defense having to do their part. Offensively, Bo Nix stepping up and making a couple plays. Like, it's been so far, because the ride's not over yet, but it's been a fun, exciting year for the Denver Broncos.
No doubt about it. Here's Bo Nix after the game.
We'll get back to work tomorrow, and there's a lot we got to cover in 3 days. So that's the good part about playing on a short week is you get to move on from a game like this. We got to learn from it. We got to fix the mistakes, and don't let a team like that beat us twice.
Can't let them beat us twice. Have to learn from this. What do you think Bo Nix learned from yesterday?
That if you don't step up and you don't play turnover-free football against a really, really good football team, you're not winning those matchups. And that if you play like you did on Sunday, then and it's a playoff game, you're going home. And I think for Bo, this was a reality check of like, man, it's been a fun year, but if you want to keep this train going, you got to make the right decisions. You got to find ways to be on the winning side of this, and how the turnovers, how making one extra play, staying on the field long enough to make those plays. Bo Nix has to be better. He knows that. The team knows that. Defense has to be better for the offense. All three phases have to be better for each other, and if that is the case and they can get back to what they were doing earlier, then they have a chance to go to a Super Bowl. But if they can't, then they're going to be on the outside looking in saying, damn, we could have done it, and we had this great momentum, and all because we couldn't get our act together. We're sitting here on the losing side of it.
Yeah. The Broncos have been able to learn lessons in wins. It's just different. You know, you have a loss, and you get beat soundly. You can't talk yourself into the idea that, you know, you could have won and should have won.
Yeah.
And some of this, like, I got to be real. Like, some of the belly aching with the officiating, guys, it was a poorly officiated game for both teams.
Yes.
It really was.
I'm glad you said both teams because it was bad.
Yeah, it was. Bad. It was. You know, and the body weight thing with Malcolm Roach, here's the thing. Like, I would just be mad at the rule. Like, that's a rule, the body weight rule. Like, they introduced that a handful of years ago. Now, the calls on it have gone down a little bit here. It's not, like, no longer a point of emphasis the way it was 4 or 5 years ago. But, like...
Well, Malcolm Roach did it when he had his sack. All right, when Malcolm Roach goes, he wraps up Trevor Lawrence, and he takes him down by the side. That's the proper way to do it. The other one, when Malcolm Roach kind of lands on him, you can't. As a 325-pound defensive tackle, you can't land on these quarterbacks. You're going to get flagged, penalized, no matter what.
Yep, and you can say it's a bad rule and hate the rule. Like, that's a totally fair take. But, yeah, the Broncos didn't lose by 14 points because of the officials. They got outplayed. Jacksonville was better yesterday.
All three phases.
Yep.
All three phases. And both sides were getting bad penalties. All right, 2 of the Jacksonville hits, like one getting penalized like it was, like that was bad. And it sustained a drive, and we were able to score because of it.
Correct.
So if we're going to sit here and play that game of like, oh, the Denver Broncos had all these penalties. No, both teams did. The Denver Broncos, who have been making a bunch of mistakes and having a bunch of penalties caught on them all year, all right, had another, like, 6 penalties for over 60 yards?
Yeah, something like that.
You're not winning like that. 2 turnovers, 6 penalties, you're not winning against a team that's in the playoffs, against a team that feels like they're being disrespected and have a chance to try to go to a Super Bowl too. You got to play mistake-free football, and that's with the penalties as well.
Multiple drops, multiple pre-snap penalties, missed field goal, multiple turnovers. It's not, you know... The game doesn't need to be studied.
No.
Why the Broncos lost. They got outplayed, and there was self-infliction in addition to being outplayed. That's why a team that had lost a game in 3 months lost by multiple scores and was kicking a field goal to try to trim a 17-point deficit.
P.J. Locks.
Dude.
Come on. P.J. Locks hitting Trevor Lawrence. Like, to be real, Trevor Lawrence is lucky he did not get hurt. Like, you're kind of like, you go limp, you go relax, you get hit in your back. That's how you go paralyzed or something happens to you. And I understand it's loud, probably the loudest it's ever been in that stadium.
Right.
Truly, you couldn't hear the commentators.
It's nuts.
But you're playing the game. The referees do call it. You don't stop. You hit him. You're going to get penalized.
The slow motion replay of Trevor Lawrence getting hit by P.J. Locke looked like a car crash.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt really, really bad.
And another one, a really scary moment to finish the game with Pat Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
Phil, that's the type of play. That's the type of play that my wife looks at me and says, that's why Owen is not going to play football. It's plays like that because as much as they have legislated out of football and made the game safer, the game is as safe as it has ever been.
Yeah,
okay?
That's a fact.
But there's still room for the car crash, for the violence that's at the nucleus of the sport itself.
And that was a clean hit.
It was.
You know, it was a really good play, really clean hit. It's just one of these things where you're going down the middle, you're not expecting it, and you've been protected, right? Receivers have been protected throughout the years, And it's just like, man, he got hit hard. Now, and I hope Pat Bryant is okay. I know he's in concussion protocol. He has, he's able to move.
Yep, thankfully. Goodness gracious.
So, but what's your take on it, Zach? Do you think it's a Bo Nix issue? Because there's a lot of people that want to blame Bo.
On that pass?
On that pass.
You're trying to make a play.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
like there's no way he's like.
He feels bad.
He did for sure. You could see his dejection after it, and he talked about it even after the game. So yeah.
I don't want to blame him for that, for Bo. Bo was trying to make a play at the end there, and something like that happens. It's not like he saw the guy and said, I'm going to throw it into bad coverage. So that one's not on Bo. He threw the pass, but he didn't mean to put him in harm's way.
Here he is after the game talking about that Pat Bryant hit.
Well, you never want to see somebody in that situation, and I feel responsible because I threw it. And it's you can say it's part of the game, but you just never want to see it, and you really pray he's okay. And can be back out there as soon as he can. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you wish you could avoid, but that was a tough situation.
Unfortunate for Pat Bryant because he just returned,
to
the lineup, and then knocked out of that game late and got the card out, and that's just a scary part of football. Okay, what was the biggest takeaway from yesterday's loss according to our buddy James Palmer? We'll chat with him next.
After 11 games, the Broncos' win streak finally came to an end against the Jaguars, suffering their first loss since late September. With just 2 games left in the regular season, will Denver hold on to the lead in the AFC West? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? With Xfinity, you can get reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig-speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig-speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. If you are planning to create your estate plan this year but haven't done it yet, you still have time. As an incentive to check this off your list, we're offering a 10% discount to the fan listeners during the month of December. Just mention this ad. You can find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Want to look 10 years younger and lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds before spring? Then it's time for Soda Weight Loss. Soda Weight Loss works without drugs or crazy side effects. In fact, our disclaimer would sound like this.
Side effects at soda weight loss may include looking better than you did in high school. Friends asking, okay, seriously, what are you doing? Long-term confidence, increased energy, the urge to take more photos because you actually like what you see.
I'd been wanting to lose weight and I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for soda, but I was like, okay, I gotta go see what it's all about. It's a great idea, it's a great experience, and I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the results.
You do not have to use weight loss drugs to lose weight and enjoy a healthier, I look 10 years younger version of you. With Soda Weight Loss, you get round-the-clock access to your own personal nutritionist, and right now, when you join Soda Weight Loss, your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey folks, Stoke here from my friends at Embers Golf, your go-to spot for holiday shopping. That's right, gear up, save big, and surprise the golf fan in your family. Embers Golf is family-owned and customer-focused, so you know you're getting the best service and the best deals. I know, I got a full bag fitting from my guys over there, Trevor and Tate. I'm telling you, it was the absolute best. I love my new clubs that I got this year. Driver 3-wood, all my irons. What a golf year it's been. So don't wait, shop now at embersgolf.com. Embers Golf, where your passion meets a green.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Home.
Pragmatically, remove the emotion, right? I'm trying to sort through how I feel about the Broncos pragmatically, and walk the razor's edge of acknowledging that this is their first loss in 3 months. This was an all-time run, but also obey my eyes and instincts that the Denver Broncos are far from a perfect football team, and I'm watching a defense, which has been the strength of this team here in this last month. Erode might be too strong of a word, but it doesn't feel like the spine or backbone that it was 2 months ago. And sort of walk that line. Talk to me. How do you feel after yesterday?
I'll make you feel a little better, Zach. I'll comfort you a little bit. I'll hold you.
Comfort me. Hold me.
I think it was this. I think earlier in the season when I was coming on with you boys and we were talking, it was this defense might have to be perfect for them to go out there and go on a run, because we were seeing the offense have this inconsistency through multiple quarters. They were having to finish strong. They were having to have these comebacks late in games. And we're like, man, can the defense even have like an off day? And I think we've seen them play complementary football the last several weeks and got away from that a little bit, going like, okay, other units are picking other units up. You just had a game where all 3 units didn't play well. Like nobody picked, the other 2 up. Nobody held their end of the bargain. And you played against a team that did exactly that. Their defense picked them up at times. Their offense picked them up at times. Their special teams is outstanding. So like what the Broncos had been doing during the course of this stretch was, I thought, playing really well in all 3 phases. And then maybe there is, a little bit more room, Zach, for that lull at times where a defense has, a couple of issues. I think right now down the middle of the defense is a little bit of concern to me. If Dre Greenlaw can't play and Brandon Jones is out and, Strenad's not there, who I think is a really underrated player and a smart player that's filled in. I mean, that was the focus of the offseason, is to focus on the middle of that group. So I'm not upset with what's going on. You had that atmosphere that I was on the sideline and you guys were at, I think, of Green Bay. And then you have this game. And I spent the whole pregame with the Jags on the sideline. This was a huge game for that group. You know what I mean? That's rolling. And this was kind of their game that they wanted to set themselves up to. So I think talking to guys in the locker room, it was this, and this might make you feel even better, is they're almost happy this happened now than the first round of the playoffs or their first game in the playoffs. And they go, oh, the season's over when we laid the dud. Now we get an opportunity to get back on track in a couple of weeks.
James, you have a lot of people out there, and I want to say maybe Zach as well, that may have a little PTSD because last year, at the end of the year, the defense started to get worse. Let's just face it. It was not as good as it was at the beginning of the year. This year, against the Green Bay Packers and against Jacksonville, the defense has given up 60 points combined. So it seems like they're taking a step back. So what I'm asking for is, like, how concerned should we be, or is it just kind of a one-off game and it comes down to the players making plays, players winning games for this Denver Broncos defense?
Yeah, there's a couple things. They didn't execute great when they brought extra guys. I know talking to some guys off the record, it was a little bit of, I think we could have executed better in terms of our blitz packages, kind of, weren't as clean the way as we wanted them to be. Everybody was very open, Phil, about the tackling, right? That was just poor tackling. What stands out to me, and I don't know if you guys talk about it, I feel like it's not really talked about. For a defense this good, they just don't force turnovers.
No.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't. And I looked at where they stand right now in turnover differential. They're -4.
Right.
Do you know the only teams that are behind them right now? Cowboys, Chiefs, Giants, Commanders, Jets. Those are all teams that are behind them in forcing turnovers. They're all eliminated from the postseason.
Right.
And so, to me, you see a team like Chicago where it's like that defense is flawed, but man, turnovers saved their tails over and over again. They just played a team in Jacksonville where that's, I think a good unit doesn't have a whole lot of stars, but I think they play well together, but they force a lot of turnovers. And so when you can do that and you can just, take possessions away from teams, Denver hasn't really been able to do that much this year. And I feel like that hasn't been talked about with this defense. I know they're excited to get back and playing, though. I think that's part that I liked in the locker room, which was like, we want to play Thursday because we know we didn't play well at all. And we want to get back to the feeling that we had during this streak. And how do we do that? But the turnovers part to me has been kind of interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I have been steadfastly saying, like, that's the huge difference between this defense and the 2015 defense. Is the 2015 defense took the ball away. That this team, James, they went in with half of the amount of interceptions that Jacksonville had coming into Sunday. 9 total picks this season compared to 18 from Jacksonville. On the offensive side of the ball, where are you at with the Broncos' run game? Because I feel like on a day like today, if you want to argue that, R.J. Harvey is him in terms of a starting running back, he gave you that 38-yard run. I mean, you talk about an individual effort or playing above the X's and O's. But on a down-to-down basis, if you take out that big run, they didn't really have success. Where are you at with the Broncos' run game and the importance to getting that going post J.K. Dobbins as they head into the NFL playoffs?
That's really important. I mean, it's vital, I think. I've talked to some people about Harvey, and I was just curious, hey, is he seeing it right? Where are you at in terms of him seeing it between the tackles? I think, Phil, we've talked about that a little bit. I was kind of surprised by some of the answers, guys. It was, no, he's always been seeing it. There's just some things we do offensively that he's just not used to, that he's never done before. And so those stuck out to members of this coaching staff, maybe a little bit more so than like the actual adjustment in this rookie season that I was maybe focused on, which was a little bit of an eye-opener for me. I thought it was a lot of, hey, between the tackles, you got to see it quicker. You got to be able to fit the feel and all these things. And actually, they seem to have a little bit more confidence in the way he sees it than maybe some of us maybe perceived it. I think that's a positive. I think you saw in the way Trevor Lawrence has played the last several weeks, like he's become part of their run game. I think we've seen Bo do that in stretches. How do you find that to be, an added aspect? But I do think you lose your starting running back, who's at the time a top 5 running back in the league. You're not going to be the same. I mean, it's just almost borderline impossible to be the same. How can you have your offensive line and your tight ends go and improve your run game? Like, I mean, that's what Chicago does. I mean, that's part of the run game that Chicago has. It's the O-line and the creativity and the scheme and the tight ends that participate in it. How do you find different ways to be, successful to change the math up front? I think that's something they're still trying to work on.
James, the small market comment. How did you take that when Sean was up at the podium talking about it? Because obviously the Jacksonville Jaguars use it as fuel.
Oh, yeah. I was watching those guys go into the locker room, and it was small market. We're a small market. I mean, they used it. And I would say this. Every year you don't, and Phil, you've been in the league, you know this. Every year you don't have something you can grasp as a team, right? But when it's given to you the way it has, in terms of the lack of respect that Jacksonville has had over the course of really as a franchise, for Liam to just take it and use it, and it's almost like a mantra for the entire group. Like, I was talking to guys in the locker room going, you're going to get the attention now. Are you going to accept it? And they're like, no, we're still not going to take it. Like he's got this group playing in a certain style to where they were granted this thing to kind of like just, it's like the woman in Major League where like she ties the whole team together, right? Where they can keep taking pieces off as they win in the locker room on the cardboard cutout. Like it's worked for Jacksonville. I don't think Sean honestly meant anything by it, but you didn't have to say it.
Right.
And I think that's kind of the two sides to it. I honestly, if you look at the whole quote and when he said it, there was a lot of complimentary takes in there. I mean, a lot of them.
James, I thought he was saying they're a small market. If they were a bigger market, everyone would be talking about them because they're so good.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
much.
I really took it that way. I just think as a coach in this league, it's weird that certain things you just got to remember, like can't say that. And I think Sean would probably agree with that if you asked him, but I still think he's standing by like it was very complimentary. And you know what? I bet you Liam thinks it was very complimentary too. I think he's just had the ability to use it for a team that has a big chip on their shoulder.
I agree with this. We have a minute or two left. This situation in Kansas City is so unique. You've covered that team very closely through the years. What do you make of the stacked up dynamics heading into Thursday Night Football?
I mean, I think what we saw this past game is how good Patrick is and how dynamic he is. Because the offense, it seems somewhat broken in some aspects in Kansas City. And they're not a timing offense. They're not an offense that plays really in rhythm. Patrick's really not a timing quarterback. It's really about a guy who makes plays and is a playmaker as a quarterback. There's a fine line you can ride with that, and they've done it really, really well. But you can see how disjointed the offense can look when you don't have that person running it. And so they're facing a group of players that obviously doesn't like the Broncos. That's clear. But you're also facing a group of players that are sitting in a position that they haven't been in almost the vast majority of them in their entire careers.
Right.
They've never sat like this at the end of a season. I'm fascinated what kind of coaching job Andy Reid and company do in these last 2 weeks and how they get them up. And you should win this game. You clearly should. And you should get yourself back on the right track. But there's a lot going on in Kansas City right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're moving states. You got Patrick Mahomes out. You're curious if Travis is coming back after this season. Everybody's asking Andy if he's going to retire. Matt Nagy's contract is up as the offensive coordinator. He didn't sign an extension. There's a lot going on there in Kansas City right now surrounding that organization. You should just go in there and take care of business on Christmas and get yourselves back. And I think that, like I said in the beginning, was kind of the way a lot of these players were thinking in the locker room.
James, great stuff as always. We really appreciate meeting with you every week, and it's been hilariously fun. And we just wish you and your family a Merry Christmas, man. Hopefully, you get to get some R&R and just enjoy it to the fullest, my friend.
I appreciate it. You guys are great fathers, great husbands. Appreciate spending time with you all the time. Spend time with those families, man. Enjoy it. Watching some football, and it's a pretty cool gig we got here. So this time of year is always a really good time to think about that and think about spending some time with all those people that we care about. So I appreciate you saying that, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, there he goes. That's our guy, James Palmer. Hey, let's take a snapshot peek at the AFC. Where do things currently stand, and what do the numbers say about the projections for these Denver Broncos? We'll do that next.
The Jaguars came to town and roughed up the Broncos at Empower Field. Is a late season wake-up call what Denver needs to get ready for the playoffs. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right. Winter is here, Denver, as you guys know. But did you know that Hermes Worldwide is your right to all action? Whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading downtown to catch the Avs on the ice or the Nuggets on the court, make sure you get there on time and also in style. This holiday season, let Hermes handle your Christmas light tours, festive nights out, and your stress-free airport transfers. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to somebody else. Why? Because Hermes Worldwide offers championship-level transportation. Picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. Sounds great, right? Then you need to give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health. With the right equipment, you can train like a pro. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. Are you a first-time home buyer? Are you trying to lower your existing mortgage payment? Do you need cash from your equity? For most people, getting a mortgage means endless paperwork and weeks of anxiety. But with Cake Mortgage, our process is simple, fast, and hassle-free. Whether you're purchasing, refinancing, or looking to tap your home's equity, our team guides you step by step so you always know what's next. Our thousands of 5-star customer reviews will tell you no one can do what Cake can. So stop stressing and start saving fast with Cake. Your fresh-baked Cake home mortgage is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com to learn more now.
You're going to do a Neil Diamond show? A Neil Diamond experience from Focus Features.
Are you ready to sing?
Critics and audiences are raving. Song Sung Blue is fantastically entertaining.
It's good. So good.
With powerhouse performances from Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson.
Tell me I'm doing the right thing.
You are. Based on a triumphant true story about never giving up on your dreams.
Sold out shows.
We're sold out? Song Sung Blue. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters this Thursday.
Okay, guys, the holidays are here, and you need a gift for your wife or that special lady, something really nice yet affordable. Hey, Mark Schlereth here with a terrific idea. This year, buy her a gift package to Beau Visage Skincare and Spa. They specialize in wonderful services like fabulous European facials, soothing therapeutic massage, and much, much more. But guys, let's be honest, you can buy a facial or massage anywhere. But at Beau Visage, you're not just buying a service. Instead, you're bringing your guest a true luxurious spa experience. Believe me, this place is great. And you'll never go wrong buying a gift package to Beau Visage. Plus, all their packages are very competitively priced and easy shopping. All you have to do is call them at 303-779-5002 or find them online at bvspa.com. This holiday, give her the gift of rest and relaxation, a luxurious gift of Beau Visage. Call them today, 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com. That's bvspa.com.
Toyotathon is on at Corwin Toyota. Save big when you lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $369 down and $369 a month, or drive off in a new 2025 RAV4 XLE for as little as $399 down and $399 a month. Unwrap your holiday savings during the Toyotathon sales event. Visit us off Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction.
He's number one.
Whose favorite is Halloween over Christmas? Just
Serial
psychotic.
killer.
Just psychotic.
Oh, but like Christmas, I mean, this is a joyful time for a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of people. For my household, it's just like getting in the rhythm, getting in the groove of Christmas.
I have said for many years, I look at Christmas music the same way that I look at a lot of these Olympic sports. You won't catch me watching swimming or synchronized diving or anything like that. But every 4 years, when those Olympics come on, I'm all in. Like, you won't catch me listening to Christmas music 3 days after Christmas. But in the 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, I am all in. I am all in. My favorite album is the Michael Bublé Christmas album.
He's a beast.
And so we that gets a lot of run at the house, and then just the Christmas classics like the one that you just heard. It gets a lot of run at the
Mariah Carey's.
Oh yeah,
you know that one has to be played.
Of course,
you know she gets a lot of money for it,
dude.
Every time we play that damn song,
the royalties on that puppy is insane. I think it's to the tune of like $20 million a year or something crazy. Around there. It's nuts. All right, so hey, taking a look at the AFC playoff picture, okay? The Broncos do still control their own destiny, all right? But you got some must-wins on deck here, okay? Thursday night, it goes without saying, you have to win that football
without
game.
a doubt. You have to handle that one.
Yep. And then you have Week 18 against the Chargers. And man, oh man, we'll see what it looks like on Sunday because the Chargers are hosting the Houston Texans. The Texans are 10-5. They're a good football team. All right. They are coming off another win against the Raiders, who put up more of a fight than I thought. 23-21. They were 2 touchdown favorites in that one. But the Texans, they haven't lost a football game in 2 months. The last time that Houston lost a game was the 18-15 loss against the Denver Broncos.
I want to say that Houston Texans are the hottest team. Now it goes Jacksonville number 2. It goes Houston Texans number 1.
Correct. They have won 7 football games in a row.
So there's a new leader now. The hottest team in the NFL is the Houston Texans.
Yep, and they beat Jacksonville. They beat Buffalo. They went on the road and beat the Colts. They went on into Arrowhead and won when Mahomes was still healthy. They doubled up the Cardinals last week and beat the Raiders this week. So, yeah, they are cooking with gas over there in Houston, and that's who the Chargers have to beat to make Week 18 relevant. And so, man, but then you have a team in the Chargers who, may not have a 7-game win streak, but, man, they are just not going away.
They're gritty. They're tough. They find ways to win, Zach. It's impressive to watch just what they're doing over there.
They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. And so, man, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. In terms of projections right now, we're going to do this today in more shorter fashion as opposed to doing it tomorrow or Wednesday the way that we have during the year when we've been looking at the ESPN Football Power Index and some of the projections. So we know the Broncos right now are 12-3. Their projected record is 13-4. that means they're projecting the Broncos to lose one of their last 2 games.
Yeah. And my guessing is they're not projecting them to get beat by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
Kansas City is down and out, guys. They are ready for Cancun. But the next one on the schedule is the Chargers.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are playing at a high level. Justin Herbert coming off of that hand surgery. I mean, that man's tough.
He is.
Hand surgery, hands bleeding. He tells them to patch it up. Let me go ahead and run and stiff arm somebody with the hand I just got surgery on.
Crazy.
And they're winning games. So they're projecting that the Denver Broncos are going to get beat by the Chargers.
Are you nervous at all that here at the very end of the season, the Broncos could miss out on the division and miss out on the 1 seed?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I would be lying to you if I said I'm not nervous at all. You're going to have to beat Kansas City, which you should be able to do. But then you have to beat the Chargers, who you haven't been able to beat yet. You didn't beat them last year.
Correct.
You haven't beat them this year. They're starting to catch fire. We're talking about the Chargers now. They're starting to catch fire. They got their running back. They're starting to get healthier. Defense is playing really, really good football. They're a defense that likes to disguise their blitzes as well, but also like the coverage in the back end to force turnovers, interceptions, like they did against the Philadelphia Eagles not too long ago on a Thursday night. And also Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert in the regular season is phenomenal. Justin Herbert doesn't get the ball taken away from him as much as people think. Now this year he has 12 interceptions.
Yeah.
So it's a little different for him, but he's also been banged up. But he's a quarterback that's going to keep the drives moving and make that big play when it matters the most, like he did against us at the beginning of the year in week 2 or 3. I want to say week 3.
Yep.
So I'm a little concerned, Zach. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I feel angst. Luckily, the Chargers are coming into Denver, and you talk about I don't know if the crowd can be more raucous than it was against the Packers or was yesterday.
Yeah, you're not lying.
But it might be even a different kind of energy if it's week 18 with the 1 seed on the line. I mean, whew.
Make sure you tell PJ Locke to really tune in. We can't have him have any more penalties because he can't hear the whistle.
That was nuts. That was just nuts. Right now, okay, the odds that the Broncos win the division still sit at 66%. All right. The chance that they make the divisional round is 68% by a wild card win or just winning the division. The odds that they make the AFC Championship game are 37%. Odds that they play in the Super Bowl, just over 19%. So still some healthy numbers, and chance that they win the Super Bowl about 9%. So still some really healthy numbers for the Broncos. But I know for some, doubt creeping in because it's realistic that the Broncos could finish second. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Looking back at yesterday's game, what went wrong against Jacksonville? We'll discuss next.
Trevor Lawrence and the red-hot Jaguars diced up the Broncos at home. Is Denver's defense starting to slip late in the season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
This holiday season, AutoNation is unwrapping the biggest gift of all, the car you actually want with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. With our coast-to-coast inventory of nearly 100,000 new and used cars, trucks, and crossovers, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. 0 down, no payments until April. That's the deal you deserve on the car you love. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. Limited term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
This holiday season, don't drink and drive. But if you are in an accident, you're in luck. Flanagan Law, where strength meets compassion. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in a store where they treat you like family.
Decory, Hearts on Fire, Gabriel and Company, Lika Bahar, and dozens more, all in one store.
Imagine a diamond bar with almost every size, shape, and price range GIA diamond.
And all the top bridal designers, including A. Jaffe, Parade, and Decory.
Add to that Tag Heuer watches and our curated pre-owned Rolex timepieces. And we've got something for everyone you love. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Michelle's dad, Bruce Williams, inviting you to Williams Jewelers. We've built Denver's most trusted family-owned jeweler with one vision.
To be your family's jeweler for life.
For that perfect diamond engagement ring.
The ultimate holiday gift.
Or just because you deserve it. Williams Jewelers in beautiful Cherry Creek North.
Now, imagine their face Christmas morning.
This holiday, come to Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Today, even though it's not quite Christmas, you'll receive the most important present in the world. For the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC, Merry Christmas. I'm Glenn Jammeron. Now about the present. Often, we find ourselves regretful about something that happened in our past. Know that the past is exactly that, the past. Nothing can change it. We can only learn from it and bring wisdom gained forward. Other times, we worry about the future. Once again, you can erase that worry by understanding the future doesn't exist. So what's this magical gift you'll receive today? It's called the present. If you decide to live entirely in this very moment, without past regret or future fear, you'll realize the present is the greatest gift of all. Be where your feet are. Enjoy your present. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors.
it's remarkable.
We've been spoiled.
Truly.
We've been spoiled with wins. W's over here. W's over there. Where's Jameis Winston at? We're going to eat the W now.
I mean, so, like, on one hand, I'm thankful for the second longest win streak in the history of the Denver Broncos is what we're just coming out of. So a massive mile-high salute. But also, yesterday happened, and so I don't want to act like it didn't happen. When you look back at the loss to Jacksonville, what went wrong?
There was a lot that went wrong. All three phases did not show up. It's as simple as this, Zach, that there was a fight. It's like the Jake Paul fight. You're up against an opponent that's ready to fight. They feel disrespected. They're angry. They're mad. They want to prove to the world that they belong somewhere. And you're sitting here in the Denver Broncos riding high. 11-game win streak, feeling good about yourself. At home where you've been undefeated. Okay, the fans, the crowd is getting into one of the loudest environments that you can play in.
Crazy.
And you go into that matchup not ready to play. Not ready to play for Broncos country. Not ready to play for yourself. And there was multiple players, Zach, that after the game said that they didn't play well.
Yeah.
That they needed to be better. Specifically defensive players, which we know is the backbone of this team. So what went wrong was they were not prepared for this fight. And they went in there with their hands down, knowing that they were going to get punched in their mouth, and they weren't able to react the right way after they got punched in their mouth a couple times.
It's hard to, because I'm speaking from just my own life experience, but so I can't imagine at the NFL level, but like, it's hard to be the best version of yourself every single day after day after day after day with the requisite intensity that's required to beat another NFL team who it felt like that game to Jacksonville, it meant way more to Jacksonville than it did to the Broncos yesterday.
See, I think it's a little bit different when you talk about the Nuggets and the Avs because they have 82 games. That's a lot of games, man, on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you name it. But when you're playing 17 games and they're one-off games and you know that like every game matters and that if you drop one, that it could mean the difference between you having the number one seed or you not, you don't have room for error, right? There's no room for you to drop a game like the Jacksonville Jaguars, an AFC opponent. So, yes, it's hard to be the same version of yourself, but when you've been the same version of yourself for 11 straight games, you got to come out with that same fire, and they just didn't have it. Where the Jacksonville Jaguars, they had that fire and a little bit of more because of what Sean said about the small market team. You just added fuel to that fire, probably not knowing so, like you think.
I can't believe how much of a life that thing took on.
You're latching on to anything if you're an underdog, right? Just like the Denver Broncos latched on to the odds makers saying that the Green Bay Packers at home here in Power Field at Mile High was a favorite. A favorite.
Yep.
You latch on to something that helps you get over the top, that helps motivate you throughout that game, and that's something that the Jacksonville Jaguars had and the Denver Broncos did not.
I thought it was the worst tackling game of the season for the Broncos.
I agree with you, man.
I just have not seen this team's inability to tackle the way that it unfolded yesterday, and you can't have that conversation without talking about Riley Moss, and we have really, really defended Riley.
I've been trying, Riley. I have both my hands up. I'm trying to punch. I can't defend you right now.
Man,
can't keep defending you, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, that was the worst football game I think we've seen Riley Moss play. I mean, that can't happen again.
No, and a lot of it came from not tackling. And we brought up Riley Moss being top 5 in tackles as a cornerback. Now, some people, like Brandon Marshall said, that's not a good thing. If your cornerback's having to make a lot of tackles, that's because you're being caught on a lot. I looked at it as, hey, Riley's very aggressive. He's making tackles. He's coming up to try to stop the run or the running back from having explosive play, so he's making that tackle, which Riley did early in this game against Jacksonville. He started off hot. But then when he started to miss those tackles and they end up being explosive plays for 30, 45 yards, I mean, I had to go back and look, but they were very explosive plays.
They were.
It hurt you. It hurts you. And when you play man defense, man coverage, and you get beat, you're not going to have a lot of help over the top. And that's exactly what happened. Riley Moss got beat. Hufanga was in the box. And you look up and you have Washington going for a huge chunk play because you don't wrap up, you don't tackle.
Yeah, longest play of the season took place yesterday. PJ Washington. That's a basketball player,
right? Yeah, that's a basketball player.
Parker Washington, excuse me, with a 63-yard play. But that wasn't – here's like the problem. He had the 63-yard play. That wasn't half of his receiving total. Think about that.
Yeah, my man was tired at the end of that game.
145 yards receiving, 24 yards per catch.
A touchdown, right? I think my man had a tutty.
He did have a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a career game for Parker Washington, a former standout at Penn State. Man, yeah, that can't happen again. That can't happen again. But I haven't seen it that bad in any other game. So, I know you say, hey, there's only 17 and it's not like an 82-game season. I do just wonder if the mental focus and intensity,
You trying to give them an excuse?
No, well,
they just got that ass handed to them, Zach.
No,
Defense
they did
not play
but
up to par.
But they came out with their hair on fire.
They did.
I mean, dude, I was getting dragged. I truly got dragged yesterday.
I was trying to defend and fight off people for you too, Zach, and it was just like I have to let you go, man. There's too many of them.
So there was too many of them.
Get the belts out, Jags fans. Get the belts out.
So I was being absolutely dragged by Jacksonville fans because after the second series, I tweeted. A lot of times I'm tweeting these games. I'll tweet. I don't know. Sometimes 3 times, sometimes 12 times.
You're very calculated like Sean.
I don't know what that means.
It means that this is why you got dragged. Because of what you said, Zach.
Well, on social media, on Twitter, I tweeted after the second series, quote, "You'd have no idea this Jaguars offense came in as the hottest in the NFL by the way this Broncos defense is manhandling them to start this game."
See, there you go. There's where you went wrong. You said manhandling.
Well, no, here's where I really went wrong because there was one more sentence I haven't read yet. Just ragdolling these boys.
That's it. That's it.
Just ragdolling these boys.
And that's why I said the Sean thing, right? Like, did you have to put that in? I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh!
And you're right.
I was just reacting to what I was saying. They were running around. They were flying around.
Yeah.
I mean, I got responded to over 400 times by Jacksonville fans who were just saying the wildest stuff to me.
Trevor Lawrence having like the gold teeth.
Oh my gosh!
It's the Grinch look.
It's endless. You could just scroll for a half hour and read all these different. Call me the craziest names as well.
You were probably laughing like, damn.
I don't think it's a big deal. It's like, whatever. It's like, these people don't know me. They're having some fun with me. It's all good. Because ultimately, it was the complete opposite. You know what I mean? Like that Jacksonville offense they had their way with the Broncos defense.
Yeah.
They really did. They really did. Okay. Bo Nix. What did we think of Bo yesterday? Also, are there reasons to be concerned about this Broncos defense that go beyond just yesterday's loss? That's all coming up next. We are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
After 11 games, the Broncos' win streak finally came to an end against the Jaguars, suffering their first loss since late September. With just 2 games left in the regular season, will Denver hold on to the lead in the AFC West? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
After a car accident, you might wonder, do I really need a lawyer? But at Postman Law, we go beyond the courtroom. We're your single point of contact for insurance, medical bills, and doctors. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache.
Call 844-POSTMAN, attorney advertising.
Guys, this is Christine from Beauvisage Skincare and Spa. The holiday is almost here, but there's still time to buy that special woman a gift package at Beauvisage. Whether you buy a European facial, soothing massages, or another of our fabulous services, I guarantee at Beauvisage she'll be pampered in luxury, all at very competitive prices. Plus, it's easy shopping. Call 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com. That's bvspa.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here for my friends at Xfinity. What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? With Xfinity, you can get reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig-speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig-speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
Last minute gifting? Head to your local Verizon store where giving and saving go hand in hand. Find great deals on phones, tablets, watches, and more. Everything you need to finish your holiday list. Visit your local Verizon store today.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We'll jump back into Broncos here. Merry Christmas, everyone, within the sound of my voice. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us this holiday season. Me and Phil will not be here tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. We will be back on Friday reacting to the Broncos' Christmas game against Kansas City. Before we jump back into the Broncos. I have a question. So on Friday night, Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua. And we previewed the fight, and
you call that a fight?
We well, we came in here to the crosstalk, and Cecil and Dover were kind of making fun of it, like this is going to be a nothing. I'm like, guys. No. This is a sanctioned fight. Like this is a real fight. This is not a gimmick. This is not
serious. It's a serious thing right now.
And Anthony, and I said on Friday, I said he's going to knock his head off his shoulders. No, obviously, I didn't mean literally like decapitate him. But what I said,
close to it.
This is what I meant, like what happened. And if you didn't see it, I mean, you could just Google it. Anthony Joshua, to say he humbled Jake Paul is an understatement. He broke his jaw in 2 different places on each side of his jaw. And the knockout punch is just, it's so vicious. And we talked about, like Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, just his power is remarkable.
It just shows you admire these fighters, and like you talk about like pouring your life into like one sport. That's Anthony Joshua, that's Wilder, like those are the boxers. And like this is what they do. Not a YouTuber that has been bullying older guys that just don't have it anymore so that he can get clicks and he can get money. That was not the case on Friday night.
All right, so here's my question. And I want to hear from Dante. And if Drew is available to weigh in, that'd be great too. Would you take a free punch from Anthony Joshua? And this is just like a classic question, right? We used to do this with Mike Tyson and all this. And by the way, you saw the picture of Jake Paul after it. Guys, Jake Paul's face looks like it's got a balloon underneath the skin.
It's like it might be bigger than a balloon.
It looks like a literal softball. It looks like a softball is attached to his jaw.
It looks very painful, man. It's like you're crazy for wanting to do that to yourself.
So here's my question.
Because they had the wire. If you break your jaw, you get it wired, correct?
It's wired shut. He's not going to be able to eat solid food for a few months, I would say. So my question is, and it's an age-old question, would you take a free punch to the face from Anthony Joshua, who's wearing gloves, like he was on Friday night? Would you take a free punch to the face for $2 million? And the $2 million is specific because it's not $10 million, $100 million, but it's also more than $1 million. All right, your medical bills are accounted for. All right, because you're going to have you're going to be in big trouble after.
$100,000.
Now
medical bills.
He could collapse your eye socket. He could obviously rearrange your jaw, knock your teeth out, all the stuff that comes with getting punched.
Shake your brain.
With yes.
CTE's definitely going to be there.
Yes, and all the risks that come with a free shot, and I'm talking, you're not in a fight. You are standing with your hands at your side, and you are going to take a free punch. You're going to wake up, obviously sometime after that. And it's for $2 million.
You hope.
It's for $2 million. Not $10 million, not $100 million, but also not $1 million. Would you take a shot? And I just put a poll out there on Twitter, so I'm curious over the next 24 hours how people vote. Would you take a shot to the face for $2 million from Anthony Joshua?
I mean, $2 million is a lot of money. It would help you out in a lot of ways. But the thing that you're living for is with your body. Like, if you don't have your body, you don't have your mental, then what's the money for? Therefore, I'm not taking that hit. That man viciously punched Jake Paul, and that was with Jake Paul trying to have his hands in the air. We're talking about just sitting there, letting this man tee off on you. You may not survive the hit, and I'm not being dramatic. I'm not taking the money. I'm not letting that man mess my face up. You see how beautiful this face is? Man, I'm not letting him hit this face.
Dante Gomez behind the glass. Would you take a shot from Anthony Joshua for $2 million, your hands at your side, and all the effects that will certainly come afterward, and potential big boy effects that you would take on with the risk of doing this in exchange for the wealth?
I think I would do it for $2 million. Yeah, I mean, it's just one hit. I know that maybe sounds funny, but it's not repetitive like in football where you're in a car crash, every 2 minutes or whatever. So it's just the one hit. Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
I could do a lot with $2 million.
There's no question about it.
We'll take $500,000 out for the bills you're gonna have to pay for that.
Well,
Zach said
they're
yep,
taken care of.
The bills are taken care of.
Okay.
And if somehow I don't make it, the money goes to my family. or wherever I decide it goes, I guess.
Okay.
What can I put that in paper?
If I don't make it.
And people are asking taxed or untaxed.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Oh
you
yeah,
that too.
untaxed. Right?
Untaxed.
Yeah,
It's a cool
cash under the table.
It's a cool $2 million.
Briefcase and everything. You open it up, there's $2 million just sitting in there, cash.
Man, God. It's so easy to say right now, but if he was standing before you and there you are with your hands at your side.
And he's smiling.
Well, it doesn't matter where my hands are. It's not like I'm gonna block.
No. I'm saying, but like your natural reaction is to start to get like timid and like, okay, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, no, put your hands at your side. You're gonna get knocked to the moon, and is that worth it?
He said you're gonna get knocked to the moon.
I mean,
accept it. And Zach, you're not spitting it out. You're swallowing it.
Yeah.
So come on now.
Yeah. Most people right now, I just put the poll out, okay, during the commercial break. So there's like 30, 40 people who have voted it. Most people are saying yes. It's worth the wealth. So I'm curious how this poll ages here over the next 24 hours. But yeah, dude, his jaw and the pictures are coming out. It's completely wired shut. And again, it's vicious.
So you're doing it. What are you doing? You got a family at home, Zach.
Yeah.
$2 million though. You probably quit this job and be in Cancun.
No, I told
faster
you.
Than the New York minutes.
No, I told you if I hit the lottery, I'd be right back here the next day. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And again, because I'm trying to put myself in the moment, because again, it's so easy to shoot my mouth off and say, yeah, I'd take the hit. But a 6'6" Anthony Joshua is right in front of me, and my hands are at my side. I'm telling
you, you may not wake up.
Yeah, that's a lot of money though, and the ripple effect would be felt long after the jaw was healed. But then again, you're taking on the risk of a major concussion, which could be life altering.
Oh yeah,
So you know what?
You and I will be in the same boat.
I'll say no. I'll say no for right now. Lot of reaction to this question on the RamosLaw.com text line.
A 6'6" demon, like just putting all he has into that punch.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there having to take it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I would either. Okay. Bo Nix. How'd you think Bo bowed yesterday?
Well, Bo was not bowing.
He was not bowing.
There were some good moments, and then there were some bad moments, and it ended up being one of the reasons why we did lose this game. Of course, we can sit here and blame the defense, and we're going to talk about the defense here soon. But what I'm talking about here right now is Bo Nix and the turnovers, the fumble. That's half on Bo. All right, the interception, the bad decision making with that interception. When if you go to the other side of the field where your number one receiver is in Cortland Sutton, he has a step on the DB. I'm going that way 9 out of 10 times because he's my number one receiver. Instead, you go to Pat Bryant, and it was an ill-advised throw, interception, and it helps change the game. It brings the momentum way into Jacksonville's favor, and
totally.
they take it and run with it. Bo Nix, he wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough when it came to sustaining drives and scoring touchdowns. He wasn't good enough when it came to throwing the ball. Now it's not all on him because there were receivers dropping the ball too. But Bo Nix definitely was not the same Bo Nix of the Green Bay Packers that we were waiting for. There were still some moments where it's like, Bo, what are you doing, man? The footwork at times was not there. When you have an opportunity to run to pick up the first down to sustain drives, you did not do it. And it wasn't good enough, Zach. That's my take on Bo.
Yeah, that's for sure. It definitely wasn't good enough. The interception, this was Bo talking about it after the game.
Yeah, it's 4th down. Should have gone probably to the field. In that situation, you got, force it and, should have forced it somewhere else. Not there.
Not there. Here's Nix on the fumble.
We just got to look back at it. I think both of us wanted the football.
So, I judge the interception harsher than the fumble. You know,
because it's not just on Bo. When it comes to the exchange of the football with a read option type of play, both the running back and the quarterback have to be on the same page. And there's a way to do it where, like, you can feel the tightness of the ball. If the quarterback is going to keep the ball, he's going to be a lot more tight with the ball, knowing that I'm not handing you this ball. So as a running back, you're going to be looser with it so that you don't end up with a mistake where the ball's on the ground because both of you guys are clinching and holding tight, thinking you're giving the running back thinking he's getting the ball and the quarterback thinking he's keeping the ball. When you have a situation like that where everybody's thinking they're getting to get the ball,
Yeah.
fumble.
No, and that can be tricky. And that's just
Very much so.
Yeah, that can be tricky. The interception is just I don't know what he was thinking there.
Panicked.
You said earlier it looked like he had his mind, made up before the throw that's where the ball was going, despite what he actually saw on the play. I think I agree with that. But also, I want to keep this in mind. Yes, Bo did not play well, but it wasn't all bad either. Like, there was some plays that he made, and that touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton, like, man, you talking about, like, being synchronized and putting that ball exactly where it needed to be. He did that. So, and he throws for a career high yards, but it didn't come the right way.
When you watch the game, it doesn't feel like a career high in yards because of how it looked. I mean, it was just too pass happy.
Yep.
No balance at all.
No.
And I know we got behind. It was like, hey, we have to kind of catch back up and throwing the ball. Sean feels like it's the best option to try to get back into the game, but it wasn't good enough. And for Bo, it's like you're throwing all these yards, but you still had those 2 turnovers. Those are key turnovers that you look up, and Jacksonville had 2 turnovers, and Denver had 2 turnovers, and Jacksonville had 0. That's the deciding factor of the game, Zach.
I'll give you a little pushback here to that. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive.
You got your boxing gloves on?
I do not.
Pushback.
Yeah, I'll give you a baby pushback.
All right.
Because obviously, you turn the ball over twice in a game, and the other operation is clean and doesn't have a single turnover. Like, you're going to lose that game. I'd say 88% of the time, something like that.
Yeah.
But also, I think when you say, and this is the baby pushback, when you say, hey, the 2 turnovers were the deciding factor, I think they were the biggest factors. But I would also just point out, with sober eyes and just being real, I thought Jacksonville, just on a down-to-down basis, was the better team yesterday. And it doesn't mean that the Broncos didn't do anything good, because that's not true. Jalil had a nice run. RJ's individual effort.
Yeah, there were moments there.
The touchdown to Sutton. Like, there was some good stuff, but on a down-to-down basis, I just thought Jacksonville was the better football team yesterday.
No, I agree with you. But tell me this. If you don't have those 2 turnovers, are you in a better situation than you would if you had those turnovers?
Of course.
And that's the only reason
I still think they get beat, though.
Because of just out physical.
I just thought Jacksonville was better. I thought they were the better football team yesterday. So even if it was 0-0 in the turnover margin, I still think Jacksonville finds a way to win, and it's just a closer score margin.
I'm going to have to push back on you on that. I just think that the dynamic of the game changes if you don't have those interceptions, because now mentally you're like, hey, we're in it. You drive down there now. You may not get a touchdown, but maybe they're 2 field goals. Now the mentality is we're still in this game. Now defense needs to get a turnover, which the defense hasn't been able to do, which is crazy to think. But it's kind of more of like, we have to do it now. It's desperation time. Back against the wall. Everybody has to be all in. And now the attention to detail is a lot higher than it was when you know you're out of the game.
On the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, Bo played the same way that he's played most of the season. He benefited from playing bad teams, and the defense pulled those games out, so no one was really talking about it.
It's hard to get some pushback on that one, too, because Bo did struggle at the beginning of the season.
He did. Really up until the last 5 games ago, Bo was bottom 3rd in the NFL in most statistical categories.
Yeah.
That's why I was really slow, much more slower than you to come around the whole franchise quarterback thing. And I'm not putting the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah,
I still
was waiting
believe
for you to snatch that tag away from Bo.
No. For now.
He said one more game like this. Rethink things.
No, but there is something to be said that when the defense faltered yesterday, the offense wasn't good enough to overcome that faltering, which is why I think it's okay, despite losing for the first time in 3 months, I think it's okay to be mildly concerned. And I'm speaking for myself here. The defense did not play well. The defense has regressed here in the last month, all right? The defense since the bye week is allowing a full touchdown, actually just a little bit more than a full touchdown, more per game than they were leading up to the bye. And so it goes beyond just the Jacksonville game, but it also goes beyond just this year. Because it was this time last year, this exact time, the final month of the season, where the defense just unraveled.
Yeah.
And they were statistically the worst defense in the NFL for the final 4 weeks of the season last year. And I just really, really, really hope that we're not trending that way here in Denver, Colorado for a second consecutive year. It kind of feels like it's approaching it, though.
So you're concerned. Where's your concernometer at?
My concernometer
10 being
yeah,
like, hey,
fire alarm. Yep. With the defense?
With the defense. Because you said it's been a month.
Yeah.
Where the defense has kind of been
post bye.
back.
Yeah, post bye. I mean Mariota and the Washington offense. I mean they put that defense in compromising positions. There was several 3rd and 15s, they were converting.
Yeah.
They score, 26 points that day. Then after that game, it was against the awful Raiders who scored 17, but then the Packers score 26, and yesterday you allow 34. It's just not trending in the right direction.
No, it's not. But like we knew going into the game with Jacksonville, they're averaging 33 points a game.
Correct.
So it's like, okay, like this is a high-power offense. Green Bay, we know, had firepower. We know they're going to be in the playoffs. Now it's going to look different for them because of Micah Parsons and their star receiver Watson.
Sure.
Who knows what's going to happen with that? And Jordan Love has been playing out of his mind. So has someone like Trevor Lawrence been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's fair. Now you left out Mariota and the Commanders.
And Mariota, that was coming off a bye.
All right.
Mariota did his thing. I'm not gonna lie. That man, he was smart. He got that ball out of his hands.
But here's part of the reason I'm concerned is because when you go into the NFL playoffs, they're all good.
Yeah,
they're all good. And so, what's my concernometer at out of 10? I would say with the Broncos defense, it's the
backbone.
I'm going to say a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Nothing extreme, but there's enough on my radar because now the health is starting to get dinged.
See, that's the thing with me. I'm not concerned about this defense schematically. It's the health, Zach.
Dre Greenlaw, hamstring. I'm not expecting to see Dre Greenlaw for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, it looked bad. He was running, almost 2-minute drill, coast to coast or sideline to sideline, like they like to call it, and it looked like he pulled up or may even popped it a little bit. I don't know what the MRI is going to show, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be there for a while.
So the depth at middle linebacker is being tested. The depth at safety is being tested, and they're not passing the test. So a six, I think is fair, and I'm trying not to be caught in the moment here on a Reaction Monday and say, an 8, but when you sync it up with the last month, and then you sync it up with what happened at the end of last season, I wonder if there's a common thread that you've asked this defense to be basically the best in the NFL for a huge chunk of the year, yeah, and Superman wasn't on that field yesterday. That was Clark Kent, and I just it's on my radar.
As it should be. I'm not going to sit here and tell you like you're crazy for a 6. I mean, the defense sputtered last year and was one of the bigger reasons why we end up losing at the end there and losing in the playoffs. This year, they're starting to slow down. The injuries are starting to catch up. And it seems like the offense, you can't rely on the offense to score 30 points. That's just not what they're built to do. They don't have a solid run game just yet. And offensively, when it comes to like the explosive receivers, they don't have that. They kind of methodically go down the field. Bo Nix will make some special passes, and they'll win the game because the defense holds up in the red zone and on third downs. Something that the defense didn't do for the last couple games is red zone and third down holding these teams, and that's why I'm a little concerned. Now, I'm not at a 6. Because I said it's nothing to do with the scheme. It has nothing to do with VJ. VJ can only call so many plays and disguise these plays. All right, when you're playing man coverage, it's about winning the one-on-one matchups. Win your matchup. When it comes to man coverage, you're hoping that your pass rush can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Did we hear Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper and Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers consistent enough? Like, their names being called consistent enough throughout that game?
No.
But we're paying that whole pass rush, the four pass rushers except for JFM.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Who I thought I think he deserves to be separated from those other guys for yesterday because I thought he played well.
Yeah, he played well, but the rest of them, and I really want to say specifically Jonathan Cooper and Nick Bonito, the edge rushers, they did not come to play, Zach. And that's an issue because now you're telling cornerbacks and safeties that you have to play man coverage on these fast receivers longer than 3 or 4 seconds. You have to play it long enough that you even when Trevor Lawrence gets out of the pocket, they have to do scramble drill. That's hard for a cornerback to stay with the receiver on scramble drill, and that's what happened a couple times where the Jacksonville Jaguars were able to move the chains because of it. I'm not concerned because they're going to get that together. Riley Moss is going to do a better job of tackling because that's what you need to do in man coverage. You have to tackle, and that pass rush is going to get more pressure on these quarterbacks.
Here is Nick Bonito talking about how he played after the game.
I played ass today. I mean, I don't think I played to my standard. I feel like I could have been a lot better. I didn't come ready to play today, and it kind of reflected on the rest of the defense.
It's an interesting thing to say, hey, I didn't come ready to play today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not used to hearing that.
The man said he played like ass.
He did. He did. He did.
He was being real. I mean, but he's being honest. He's letting you know that he did not do his part. But also, even in Green Bay, yeah, they were getting the pressure, but not at the beginning of the first half with the pass rush. They weren't getting the pressure like they did at the end of the game. The Commanders game. We weren't hearing Jonathan Cooper and Nick Bonito's name being called all that much.
No.
So something has to give. They have to go back to the drawing board. They have to see what they were doing well at the beginning of the year, understanding that the teams have 16, 17 games of footage from this year and then last year to get ready for you. But now it's about making those plays. What do I always say? Players make plays, players win games for you. Welcome to that fight. And if the players can make the plays, it's going to be easier to win these games.
Yeah, and I'm seeing on the Ramos text line, Zach, you're like Chicken Little. It's doom and gloom. No. What it is it's examining the football team through the lens of trying to win a Super Bowl. These are the conversations that this Broncos team have put themselves in.
Yeah.
It's like we would not be having these type of conversations if the expectation hadn't risen around here. It took me a long time throughout this season to say the word Super Bowl, did it not?
Yeah, that and franchise quarterback, it took you a long time. Now you're warmed up.
Well, yep.
Let's just not cool you down.
Well, it took me a long time, but the Broncos just kept on proving it over and over and over and over. And here we are with 2 games left in the season. It's like, man, the Broncos can be the number 1 seed, but also there's a scenario where they fumble this down the stretch. A pretty real scenario, actually. Yep. And so if the aim of the season is a Super Bowl and your defense, which is the backbone of the team, is giving up more than a touchdown more since the bye week, I don't think that's being Chicken Little. I think that's looking at the scenario and saying, hey, what's going on here? Because something is going on. And I can't put my finger on exactly what it is.
I'm going to tell you, and I know you're going to have some pushback, and it has to be the health. And there's going to be injuries that we don't know about. Like, don't you ever wonder, like, for someone like Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito specifically, why he wears a cast on his hand?
Sure.
Like, my guessing is he'll probably have to get surgery at the end of the year because he broke it.
You're right,
like,
yeah.
And a lot of times, like, these players are injured. Now, it's not an excuse. Once you're out there, you're out there. You got to perform. You got to produce. But this team is starting to get banged up, and that's where I'm concerned. You're missing Brendan Jones, and I think Brendan Jones just showed us how important he is on that football field.
Agreed.
No knock on P.J. Locke. P.J. Locke is a good dude, and he does well on special teams, and he's serviceable if he has to go in there. But we're talking about him being a starter. All right, not a nickel. You're in there as a starter, communicating with Hufanga, coming off of blitzes, having to guard some of the best slot receivers and tight ends, and you were exposed. And so that's coming around like, damn, we need Brendan Jones. Having that depth with Justin Sternad. All right, he's not available right now. On the injury report, he said he would be a full go, so hopefully he comes back.
Right.
But now that you're missing Dre Greenlaw, what does the inside linebacker position look like when you like to go man, and yet you don't have the guys to go man with? These are concerning things that can lose you football games.
Yep, and basically big picture. Let me say this before I do my big picture concern. I will pluck the low-hanging fruit here, okay? It was probably a good thing that the Broncos lost yesterday. Probably.
Why is that?
Just to recenter themselves. Like, they have not tasted their own blood in months. So I think that sometimes a setback, whether it's in football or in life, a setback can refocus you on maybe the most important things or what have you. Your sense of urgency.
Don't get comfortable.
You don't get comfortable. Your sense of preparation. Maybe the focus is not laser focus anymore. And I think that going through that can just bring you back down to earth. And the Broncos, in the best kind of way, have had their head in the clouds here for months. Who doesn't lose an NFL game for 3 months? That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's only one longer winning streak in the history of this franchise, and it was with a Super Bowl championship team with John Elway and a 2,000-yard rush and all that stuff. So that's I wanted to get that out of the way. The pressure's off here a little bit, but also it's kind of back on for the number 1 seed and the division. So I think that it can be healthy. But I think my big picture concern, and before I share it, do you agree with that sentiment that it could be viewed as a good thing?
Yeah, I think you need to lose some. You need to lose some in life. You're going to lose a lot here in football. You're going to lose a lot in sports. But now it forces you to reconnect with your teammates, reconnect with yourself, go back down into the basics and fundamentals. Watch film, but watch it like you were doing it before, where you were hungry and you were trying to figure out what's going on with you. We do it all the time. Like, sometimes you play better when you have a little fear. Even in our industry right here, right? Like we're keeping score. And when you're having good shows and you're doing well, things feel good. You feel great about it. Then that one moment you get hit in your mouth, it's like, all right, back to the drawing board. What were we doing before that was working, that was successful? What was I doing or you were doing before? And it's just about being hungry, right? It's about coming in and having great shows. That's the exact same thing when it comes to football, basketball, hockey, is you get on this high and you're on an 11-game win streak and you haven't been beat at home and you feel untouchable, unstoppable, and then you get punched in your mouth by a small market team, that was a little bit more hungrier than you because they weren't sleeping in those silk sheets, like Zach Biden likes to say. Like, they knew they were getting it out of the mud, and they knew that they were disrespected and everything was against them. The Broncos play better when people are going against them or rooting against them, like they did against the Green Bay Packers, where the odds makers had them as the underdogs, and Bo Nix and them won, and Bo Nix said, we're the overdogs now. Why do you think that Bo said that? Because they felt some type of way about being disrespected at home.
Yeah. Okay, so we agree on that.
Yeah, we agree on that.
Here is, if I were to summarize a big picture concern here on a Reaction Monday, a big picture concern is that the defense, for one reason or another, okay, health, fatigue, like the ask over the course of 4 months to be like the league's best defense, like for whatever reason, they're not the same version of themselves right now. Yesterday they haven't been for the last 4 weeks. They're giving up more than a touchdown.
That's facts.
It's just a fact that they're allowing more than a touchdown more since the bye than before the bye. And if this doesn't correct, I just have doubts on the offense, whether the offense can be the elevating factor. Like, I think the Broncos have a great chance to go win a Super Bowl if the defense is at its best and the offense can be competent.
Yeah.
But if the defense is not at their best, the way that they were yesterday and haven't been this past month, just competency doesn't pass anymore on offense.
I mean, you look at the game yesterday. The offense had a chance to pick up the defense. The offense had a chance to go blow for blow with a high-powered offense. And yet they didn't meet the standard.
They couldn't. Yeah,
they were just hoping that the defense could get a turnover, which you hope your defense can get at least a turnover. But when you're going up against a high-power offense and you're trying to sustain what they're doing, you can't have mistakes as an offense. And Bo Nix had 2 mistakes, a fumble, and it's not all on him. The running back, I want to say it was Jalil, right?
It
was Jalil.
You want to say it was Jalil.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that just happened. I want to say who was that? Jalil.
I wanted to say RJ. Right? No, it was Jalil. Jalil and Bo.
Yep.
Miscommunication, fumble. Bo Nix throwing into a bad coverage on the zone. You can't do that. That changes the game, whether you agree with it or not. Like 2 turnovers to Jacksonville 0, usually you're going to lose those games. So, yeah, the offense, they can do just enough. But I don't look at this offense saying, hey, like if they got to go blow for blow and score 30 points on a good team, I don't see them doing it.
What did you think of the run game?
It's hard to grade this game because Sean didn't give these running backs enough opportunities to just carry the ball like he has with the Green Bay game where RJ had 19, or the Raiders game where RJ had 17. This one was RJ had 7 and had 50 yards. Jalil had a couple carries and had averaged 7 yards a carry. The run game would have done better if Sean Payton himself would have stuck to it a little bit longer. So it's hard for me to grade it and say that they did bad because RJ had an explosive play. That's what we were asking for.
Right.
Jalil had a couple explosive plays that moved the chains.
He did.
What we wanted.
I thought he was running it well, and I thought he had a couple runs that like the stats will say it was for 6-7 yards, but he was seeing it.
Yeah.
He was seeing it well yesterday.
He could have had him a 70-yard touchdown.
I know.
Like, come on, Jalil. Like, this is your moment, right? This right here could have changed the things, changed the way they viewed you and gave you more opportunities later on down the line by you busting that 70-yard run that's right there for the taking.
Yeah, it ended up being 16 yards, which is still good. Still good. You take it, but yeah, that was a game-changing play that could have been had there. It is hard to reconcile that you had 2 running backs, not 1, but 2, average over 7 yards a carry, yet neither of them carried the ball more than 7 times. And then you went and threw it 47 times.
Come on, Sean.
Now, I think that number gets inflated down the backstretch of the game because it's a trailing game script, and you're going to throw it more. But
there's no excuses. They could have run the ball a little bit more.
Agreed.
Just a little bit more.
Agreed.
To keep this defense honest. And when you were able to bust off a couple chunk plays on the number 1 run-stopping defense, you got to keep going at it because something's working there. Wear them down so when the fourth quarter comes rolling around like the Green Bay Packers game, they're dog-tired, their tongues out, and now you can have your way. You can have those explosive plays on the ground and in the air. That wasn't the case. And Sean, and I love what you said earlier, Zach. You said Sean had it in his mind. He already had it made up that they were going to go into this game passing.
Yep, and this was the number 1 run-stopping defense in the NFL. The Broncos have not been a very good rushing team since J.K. Dobbins went down. And, yeah, I think there was a heavy element of that this is the vision that I have. You talk about Payton, those pictures with Sean Payton. This is the vision that I have that we're going to find success, and it's through the air. But 47 passing attempts is extreme. That is nuts. And 7 carries for but I have to say this, too.
I'm going to bring RJ in here one day just so you and him can box.
Why do I want to box RJ?
What's I want to know how RJ did.
It feels RJ is a weapon. RJ is a good football player.
Yeah.
I just don't know still. And I've been talking about this for a couple months now, okay?
Yeah.
So I sound like a broken record to a certain degree.
Since OTAs.
I just don't know if he is a bona fide starting running back in the NFL. I think he's more of a 1B. And there's a role. I mean, dude, this guy out of the backfield, he is a real weapon.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a 1B running back. I wish I would have started my career as a 1B running back. You stay longer. When you find a home in the NFL, you stay longer. When you don't find a place, then you start to having to branch out because they don't have a vision for you. It seems like Sean has a vision for RJ, whether it's as a starter or not. He's going to be implemented in this offense, and that's a great sign and a great feeling if you're RJ Harvey. It's like, I have a home here because of me catching out of the backfield and still being able to run a little bit.
I'm going to sound like an idiot because I have been asking for more explosive runs, right?
Yeah.
A year ago, it was obnoxious because I had to bring up for months that the 3 leading running backs on the Denver Broncos, not one of them ran for a single carry of 22 yards the entire season. So, like, you want explosive plays. But with Harvey, does it feel like it's too boom or bust? Where, like, on a down-to-down basis, like, he struggles to find success. But 3 different times this year, he has popped this, like, really long run. One against Dallas, one against the Titans, and one yesterday. I'm talking about ground game, like a traditional run game, not in the passing game. He's phenomenal in the passing game.
I don't know about phenomenal.
He's really good. He's really good. He's an all-purpose player.
He is.
He's an all-purpose player.
He's doing a great job in his first year of finding that role. But when you talk about boomer bust, I'm with you a little bit. I want to see more consistency of like the 4 or 5 yards. But time will tell, because against the Raiders, he was running hard. He was picking up the 4 or 5 yards that we were asking for. Against Green Bay, there were times where he ran tough, and it's like, okay, I see it. And then he got banged up with the ribs. And in this game right here, you know, he had a flashy play, a moment, which it was fun to watch. And it was like, hey, that was all effort. The spinning on your head, doing the mashed potato, and finding a way to score. Like, that's a big play. So it's coming together slowly. Like Sean has said, it's coming together. And I think that we just need to take a step back and see what this young man can do in these next 2 games before the playoffs truly start. And then we can kind of make a deciding factor of, hey, man, can this kid help us win a Super Bowl this year? Or are we going to lose a playoff game because we can't get the run game going?
All right. If you want to react to this conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. We'll take a dive into some of your responses coming up next.
The Jaguars came to town and roughed up the Broncos at Empower Field. It's a late season wake-up call, what Denver needs to get ready for the playoffs. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Want to look 10 years younger and lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds before spring? Then it's time for Soda Weight Loss. Soda Weight Loss works without drugs or crazy side effects. In fact, our disclaimer would sound like this.
Side effects of soda weight loss may include looking better than you did in high school. Friends asking, okay, seriously, what are you doing? Long-term confidence, increased energy, the urge to take more photos because you actually like what you see.
I'd been wanting to lose weight. I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for soda, and I was like, okay, I gotta go see what it's all about. It's a great idea. It's a great experience, and I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the results.
You do not have to use weight loss drugs to lose weight and enjoy a healthier, I look 10 years younger version of you. With Soda Weight Loss, you get round-the-clock access to your own personal nutritionist, and right now, when you join Soda Weight Loss, your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED, and as a Promedic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season. a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
This holiday season, AutoNation is unwrapping the biggest gift of all, the car you actually want with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. With our coast-to-coast inventory of nearly 100,000 new and used cars, trucks, and crossovers, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. 0 down, no payments until April. That's the deal you deserve on the car you love. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. Limited term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
You have friends who care about you, who look out for you. We consider you our friend. So what I'm about to share is important. This is Glenn Jamron. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. Your holidays are hectic. Thieves know that. These crooks spend all day trying to scam, cheat, and rob others. Let me give you an example. You've heard of artificial intelligence. These crooks use AI to clone voices and identities to steal your money. They can even sound like your kids or family members. Bad guys will email you fake websites, trying to steal your logins. It's not just in banking. It's everywhere, affecting everyone. Alpine Bank doesn't want you to feel frightened. We do want you to be cautious and aware. Need advice or help? Call Alpine Bank. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane, in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit cost and terms.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4 before we get a few days off for Christmas. Turn this up, Dante. Who's singing this, Dante?
It's the Waitresses. You don't know this one?
No, I know the song. I just don't know the artist.
I don't know how many hits they ended up having. They might be one of those one-hit wonders. But yeah, the Waitresses. This is my brother's favorite Christmas song.
That's funny. I like this.
The Drive trivia guest, Rio Gomez.
Yeah.
It's his favorite song.
Yes. I love it. We've been playing Christmas music throughout the day. I hope everyone has a great holiday. We're going to be back on Friday and react to the Christmas night game in Kansas City, which has taken on a whole life of its own after Gardner Minshew rips his knee up.
Yeah. Now, reports are coming out that he didn't tear his knee.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, but it's like a bunch of damage. He's not going to be able to play for the rest of the year.
Okay.
So that's good for him because, man, you tear that knee, I mean, that's a 9-month or longer recovery.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. We have a a classic Sean Payton exchange with a local media member that we're going to play here for in just a second. But I said going into the previous break that we'd get into some of these responses on the RamosLaw.com text line to the almost bigger picture conversations that we've been having. Maybe more bigger picture conversations on a Monday than we're accustomed to, just reacting to the game with the understanding that we're not going to be here in the fold personally over the next few days. Denny in Firestone says, RJ Harvey is the Marvin Mims of running backs. Gadget player, not quite a purebred. Occasional flash plays keep us hoping they could be more, but we might be judging a fish based on its ability to fly. Really interesting.
That is interesting.
An interesting way to put it. But
how many fishes fly out there?
Not many. not many. That's interesting. RJ Harvey's the Marvin Mims of running backs. Gadget player, but not quite a purebred. It's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what he can do for you, it's more than a gadgets player because he is making explosive plays when the ball is in his hands. He's catching a lot of balls. He had 4 receptions for 70 yards.
That's more than a little bit.
Yeah, and then he had another 50 yards on the ground, had that big explosive run. What does it look like if he gets another 6 or 7 carries? Because it's not just about RJ Harvey, guys. It's about the offensive line that Sean and George have paid a lot of money for. If they can get some movement up front, get to that second level, then it makes it easier for a running back, especially if RJ Harvey can run as hard as he has been. He'll break some of these tackles like he has been doing for the last couple games. Another
one here on the RamosLaw.com text line. I feel like there's one of 2 options, and they didn't put their name on it, so I can't give them a shout out. 9436. He said, I feel like there's one of 2 options. Broncos either got fraud checked or they took an L that was due, kind of like Philly did in Week 16 of last year. Philly lost to Washington in Week 16 last year, then blew the doors off them in the NFC title game.
I like that.
I do too. And obviously you hope that it's the latter. That this was a loss that they were due for, that quite frankly I thought was going to come in the previous week against the Green Bay Packers.
If the Denver Broncos match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars again, do you think it'd be a different story? Knowing what you do know now about the Jacksonville Jaguars, but also knowing that the Denver Broncos didn't play their best game.
Repeat the question?
Would it be a different story if the Denver Broncos line up with Jacksonville in the playoffs? Because that's what happened. Commanders beat up on Philly, and then got beat up in the playoffs.
And the game's in Denver?
Game's going to be in Denver.
Yeah, I would take the Broncos 100%. I would. And it would be the hope that the defense can figure itself out and be the October-November version of itself, September, October, November version of itself, as opposed to what we've been seeing this past month. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. I'm going to take Sean Payton. Bo Nix is going to go to work. Defense, I said I'm not as concerned about the defense like other people. I think that they understand that they have to make the plays, make the tackles, Riley Moss. All right, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, get the pressure on the quarterback. So I would definitely pick the Denver Broncos at home with the hostile environment, which Broncos country, you were insane yesterday.
Gosh.
It was hard to hear the commentators even speak. Truly. You have to continue to bring that type of energy every home game in the playoffs. But, yeah, I'm picking the Denver Broncos in that scenario.
Yep. And we'll see. And, by the way, chances are, if that happens in the playoffs, it's not going to be 65 degrees. You're going to come from Jacksonville, Florida. It's going to be a lot colder next time around, if there is a next time. All right. Got to play this for you here. Sean Payton. So he did his conference call. Okay? Did his conference call. And Luca Evans, all right, of the Denver Post, all right, who you guys remember.
Evan.
Damn, Luca. Always getting in trouble.
We like Luca on the show. And I think sometimes he drives Sean nuts, all right, because he's good at his job.
Yeah, he does his job.
And Sean you can draw Sean's ire in all sorts of different ways. I've been on the other end of it. I speak from firsthand experience, Cecil, others, right? So Luca Evans was asking Sean Payton about the small market comment that Jacksonville just took to the moon. Now, we have disagreement here at the station, okay? Because I didn't think Sean Payton in any way, shape, or form was trying to deliver a shot. Now, to your credit, Phil, and I mean this, in the moment you said, hey, I'm telling you, they're going to use that. They're going to use that. And I'm like,
players use anything. We're so sensitive.
It turns out it was the coach. Liam Cohen, man, he watered this thing to life, and all these players were repeating it after the game. All of them. I could not believe how much of a life that this thing took on. And now someone like Drew and others will say, hey, well, Sean has talked so much crap, you've lost the benefit of the doubt, to which I don't have a response. And I will not have a response because if that's the way you see it, you have the evidence to draw from why that would be the case. Anyway, Luca Evans from the Post asked Sean Payton about the comment, and this is what the exchange sounded like.
Well, you asked me if I saw it. You heard it. You were there. What do you think?
I'm asking you about.
No, you were there for the press conference. Wednesday's press conference.
Yours
look,
on.
Yeah, my press conference, and it was very complimentary, and those guys are playing outstanding football, and so that topic came up strictly because, hey, not enough of the country has seen how good these guys are playing. So, but you were there for the press conference. So what do you think?
I mean, to me,
credit. Well, the point is, though, listen, that was a good job by Liam. He's looking for a rallying cry, but obviously, if you're listening to the press conference, the intentions was strictly, hey, quietly, these guys are sitting here right near the top of the AFC. They're ready to win their division. And look, I spent 16 years in a small market, so it was just a way for a coach to take it and use it to his advantage. But you were there for the press conference.
That is classic. It's classic. Oh, it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is. It is. Sean, you know what you were doing.
I disagree, Phil.
Oh, come on, Zach. There was no reason for him to say the small market thing at the end.
Now,
zero reason.
But well, if there was a reason, it'd be, hey, the whole world would be talking about this team if they played in this a larger market, but they're a small market.
Explain it like that.
But I think, as I've told you in the past, Sean Payton will not complete his thoughts in these press conferences. He sometimes will speak in half sentences, and it's his way of, hey, you got to stay with me, and if you're not with me, you're getting left behind.
Well, we got left behind on this one, and now
I didn't get left behind.
There.
You got left behind.
Oh, look at you. You like, that's not what Sean's saying. Oh, Sean definitely was saying that.
Phil,
Cohen thought that. The team thought that. The team president thought that.
Phil, I have been as critical of Sean Payton as anyone on this station or in this market. Okay,
more.
I call balls and strikes with Sean. And I give him the credit when he deserves it, and I give him criticism when I think he deserves it.
So why are you giving him the benefit of the doubt now?
Because there is no reason. Sean would not want to fire a shot to a team that he has supreme respect for. He was trying to pump them up the way that coaches do the week of the game.
He fired a shot at Russell Wilson for no reason. Truly, like, Russell's out.
That's a shot. That's a shot.
So you don't mean to tell me he's taking another shot with the small markets? By the way, we're a small market here.
It just depends who you ask. Because technically we're a major market, and there's considered to be about 20 major markets, and Denver is in like the final 5.
Yeah. So we be considered with the big time markets.
Yeah, but they're not looking at it that way. It's like we are, because we work in sports media, but like if you're Jacksonville, Denver is a big market.
Yeah.
Denver's not a big market if you're Chicago, LA, like New York City. Like, so that's it. Well, hey, however he intended it and what the intent of the comment was. And I even said in the moment, I'm like, man, there's not many coaches that would reference market size in a response about Jacksonville.
That's why it's kind of like, okay, why do it? Why do it?
Well,
bet you won't do it again.
You are right about that. You are, because you give Liam Cohen credit. I say he watered it to life. You know, like a plant. All these guys in unison. We talked to James Palmer. They were all running off the field saying small market, small. Like, hey, you know what I say to that? Bravo. Like Liam Cohen. No, seriously. Like, dude, you really took something that I thought was total. And guess what? I don't think Liam Cohen believes that. I don't think Liam Cohen believes that. But he masterfully took an indirect comment.
Just say Sean messed up. okay? He went out there talking that stuff because they were undefeated at home on an 11-game win streak, and that's how Sean felt about the Jaguars.
Maybe you're right. I just can't get there. I can't get there, but I don't know his heart. You know what I mean? I don't know what he actually meant when he said it. So I think I know. I think you're wrong. I think I'm right, but I don't know. I can't prove it.
It's Sean.
I can't prove it in court. It is Sean.
We need 2 lattes, then we'll figure out.
And that's where I don't have a defense because Sean is Sean. And Sean he's such a reputation for himself. Okay, predictions heading into a busy Christmas stretch here coming up next.
Trevor Lawrence and the red-hot Jaguars diced up the Broncos at home. Is Denver's defense starting to slip late in the season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical injury firm. Our lawyers have won at the U.S. Supreme Court, gone head-to-head with giants like Uber and Amazon, and recovered billions for clients. When you've been injured, having a right lawyer matters. PostmanLaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney advertising.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Guys, this is Christine from Beau Visage Skincare and Spa. The holiday is almost here, but there's still time to buy that special woman a gift package at Beau Visage. Whether you buy a European facial, soothing massages, or another of our fabulous services, I guarantee at Beau Visage she'll be pampered in luxury, all at very competitive prices. Plus, it's easy shopping. Call 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com. That's bvspa.com.
Hey, the cold weather is here. Stoke here from my friends at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new furnace? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. And don't forget about heat pump rebates. They've never been better. Up to $13,500 only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Toyotathon is on at Corwin Toyota. Save big when you lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $369 down and $369 a month, or drive off in a new 2025 RAV4 XLE for as little as $399 down and $399 a month. Unwrap your holiday savings during the Toyotathon sales event. Visit us off Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Pauls and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Monday. We're going to take the next 3 days off here, Phil and I, and then we'll be back on Friday reacting to the Thursday night football game, Christmas night, against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are on their third string quarterback. Let's give predictions heading into Thursday night football. How do you think the Denver Broncos respond here?
I think they're going to respond in a great way. You're going up against a bad Kansas City Chiefs team. I can't believe we're saying that, but they're bad. Patrick Mahomes out with the torn ACL. The backup, Gardner Minshew, is out. Thankfully for him, he did not tear his knee, but he has a bunch of other issues with it that's going to hinder him for the rest of the season. And then they don't want to play. The Kansas City Chiefs are out, and you called it, Zach, this Sunday, where you said the Tennessee Titans were going to beat the Kansas City. Now, I don't know if you said it on air or off air. I want to say you said it on air.
I think I said on air, yeah.
Yeah, and sure enough, Tennessee did. So the Denver Broncos get right. It's going to feel like not the preseason, but the Week 18 game of last year. I can see it where it gets out of hand. I can see Marvin Mims scoring a touchdown, R.J. Harvey scoring a touchdown, put Cortland Sutton in there, and Evan Ingram. It's going to be touchdown galore for the Denver Broncos against the Kansas City Chiefs Thursday night on Christmas.
So you think they roll them?
Oh, they're going to roll them. They're going to roll them.
Yeah, it really serves as the ultimate short week Listerine, if you will, to get the bad taste of yesterday out of their mouth. And they get to do it in really short order. And, here's Bo Nix after the game, happy and thankful for the short week.
I think that's a good way of putting it. I definitely think it's better in this case. I always like to get to the game as fast as possible after a game like that. And so playing on Thursday will allow us to move on and get to Thursday and allow us to get back on track. And but like I said, this week in general is important. 3 days to get back going and get back healthy, get back feeling good, and then get mentally ready for the game.
We'll see where Kansas City's head is at. It'll be Chris Oladokun playing quarterback. Formerly a South Dakota State Jackrabbit. He has attempted 16 passes in the NFL. Ultimately, I agree with you. This is going to be JV varsity. This is a team that I think will make business decisions in terms of who they make available if anyone's questionable. Kansas City has got to be thinking about retooling their roster, and that starts with the draft. I do not think you're going to have a motivated group of individuals. They are ready for this year from hell to be over. And then on the other side, you have a highly motivated team following their first loss in 3 months who, let's face it, this is a must-win on Thursday night for the Broncos. A must-win on Thursday night if they want to be the number one seed. So Man, oh man, I have the Broncos beating the brakes off Kansas City. And not quite to the degree of 38-0, as traditionally being the road team on a Thursday night is a historical disadvantage. I think they overcome that and win. I'll say, how about 24-6?
Ooh, I was gonna say 24-7.
Okay,
I was 24-7. But honestly, Thursday night, a bad football team, if they give up, I can see 30 or so points put on the board just because a team has given up and they're just not into it on a Thursday night when they're banged up too and just got their asses handed to them by the Tennessee Titans.
Well, that game will kick off at 6:15 our time on Prime Video on Christmas night, all right? And then later in the evening, you're going to have the Denver Nuggets, who are coming off of a who knows what happens tonight because they're hosting the Jazz tonight. Yeah. But on Christmas night, man, a rivalry renewed, hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right? So here's what I don't like about it. This is one of these patches of the schedule where they're going to play 3 games in 4 nights. They play tonight, they play in Dallas tomorrow night, and then they'll have Wednesday off and play on Christmas night on Thursday.
You don't think they'll be up for it on a Christmas night?
They should be up for it. It's just, again, like I referenced the road team on a Thursday Night Football, you're just at a historical disadvantage when you're playing 3 games in 4 nights, and the one that everyone's going to be watching will be the last game of that sequence. But somehow, I think they find a way to win at home. I'll take the Denver Nuggets to beat Minnesota, and I'll have them beating Dallas tomorrow night in a payback game. Don't forget. Dallas came in and scored 130 points here in Denver, one of the worst offenses in the last decade.
They're going to sweep it. They're gonna be Utah, Dallas. They'll find a way to beat Minnesota.
I agree.
Jamal's going to do a great job. Jokic with a triple-double. Hopefully we can start getting some of our players like Aaron Gordon and CB back in the mix here soon.
That'd be great. P-Watt as well.
P-Watt.
Guys, Merry Christmas. You're not going to hear from us for the next 3 days. We are so thankful to do this job in this city, in this state, at this station. Incredibly grateful. So enjoy one another and be kind to one another. And we'll talk to you on Friday in reaction to Thursday night Christmas football, Chiefs and Broncos. We step aside for now. It's Denver Sports Tonight with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez coming up next.
After 11 games, the Broncos' win streak finally came to an end against the Jaguars, suffering their first loss since late September. With just 2 games left in the regular season, will Denver hold on to the lead in the AFC West? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling this holiday season. You feeling holly jolly? You have that pep in your step? All right, you're feeling that cheer? Or are you dragging through the holiday season? You can't wait for it to be over. You don't have great energy. You're feeling sluggish. You're not sleeping right. Those sleep patterns are off. All right, and maybe you have that brain fog. You're losing your focus. You're not making it to the gym like you used to. Guys, believe it or not, these could all be symptoms of low testosterone, which happens to us men as we get older. I encourage you, go take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Takes 2 minutes or less, 10-question quiz, yes or no answers. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you and discuss your options. There's never pressure. Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test. And if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of that appointment, your visit is completely free. Fellas, you have one life to live. Don't spend yours wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Dan Jacobs for 303 Law 4040, and I'm here with that beautiful voice you hear on the other end of the phone oftentimes when you call 303 Law 4040. It's my lovely wife, Kimberly. Kim, I know you and I had so much fun the other day. We actually met with a couple that had been in an accident up north in their house the other day, and Randy was so excited. He's like, I can't believe it. It's the lovely wife. She's right here in my kitchen.
He's too kind. It was really great to meet him and his wife and his pets and just be able to help them.
I think it helps that when you answer the phone, when people call 303-LAW-4040, it makes things, I know calling a lawyer can be scary, but I don't know, your soothing voice just makes it a little bit easier.
Well, I just want to help. That's all. And I know how to do that.
I love the holidays. I always like to wish our listeners happy holidays. Would you like to do so as well?
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful new year.
And I hope you never need us, but just in case, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040.
Okay, guys, the holidays are here, and you need a gift for your wife or that special lady, something really nice yet affordable. Hey, Mark Schlereth here with a terrific idea. This year, buy her a gift package to Beau Visage Skincare and Spa. They specialize in wonderful services like fabulous European facials, soothing therapeutic massage, and much, much more. But guys, let's be honest, you can buy a facial or massage anywhere. But at Beau Visage, you're not just buying a service. Instead, you're bringing your guest a true luxurious spa experience. Believe me, this place is great. And you'll never go wrong buying a gift package to Beau Visage. Plus, all their packages are very competitively priced and easy shopping. All you have to do is call them at 303-779-5002 or find them online at BV Spa.